call-ins are, it depends on the night who's on there, how hot the chick is, or how good looking the guy is.
want a minute. Peanut butter, can I light a bottle of the best? Sexy like Kardashian, I bet we make a video. Chocolate strawberries have a body tingle head to toe. Baby, be my number one, treat her like the damn sun. Shiny as a VVS, Gucci, Prada, and Louis son.
Welcome, motherfuckers, to another episode of Friday Night Live. Ladies and gentlemen, we are now live. Make sure you tune in Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday for therapy session. On Wednesday nights, we do what is called Couples Therapy Love Edition, where we highlight love, relationships, and everything beautiful about it. Friday night, that's where the fuck you at right now.
Here comes the money.
Here we go. Money talk.
We go live at 9 o'clock for the call-in show. We do the same thing on Sunday Night Live at 8 p.m. Each and every single night, we introduce to you new people, new podcasts, new business owners, new porn stars, new musicians, you name it, we fucking do it. We don't give a shit. Go to hustlefit.com. Not only can you get your merch, but you can also get the clothing line, men's, women's, children's. We do it all. Hoodies, jogger sets, bodysuits, leggings, you name it, we got it. Also, if you need your own custom gear, go to hustlefit.com and I'll hook you up. You can also go to IG, hustlefit at gmail.com. All of those work. We'll get you taken care of. Welcome to another episode of Friday Night Live. I'm your man Bailey, a.k.a. Mr. Go Get 'Em. And we are back in the building with another episode. And tonight we got special guests. We got Alex and Ben, Starletta Show. They got a podcast where, well, I'll let them tell you about it. All right, for my guys out there that are always looking at the ladies. And then for my ladies out there that are always looking at the guys because you're trying to get to the...
Here comes the money.
Here we go. Money talk.
Here comes the money.
I'm going to shut the fuck up and let them do what they do and introduce themselves. Y'all ready to meet some of the coolest guys and girls in the city? Let the world know who you are.
Howdy, y'all.
Hey. Hey
Oh,
there.
I'm Benny the Jew. Am I allowed to say that?
You can say whatever the fuck you want to. This is No Cap Reacts. We don't do no bullshit here.
Oh, good. Yeah,
I'm
we're
Alex the human.
Uh-oh, this sounds
Yikes, that one too.
reptilian
Hold on, let's
conspiracy.
redirect.
How human are you?
Oh my God, not human at all. Ironically, our podcast is mostly about aliens and reptilian conspiracy theories.
And then how Jew are you?
Oh, me? I've had Jewish in me.
No, Benny the Jew.
Oh my God. Sorry.
Uh-oh.
Wait,
Ben, what you been doing?
No, not like that.
No. There's many Jews.
There's a lot of Jews. Okay, I grew up in Ohio.
Look, I have a lovely amount of Ashkenazi as well as Sephardic Jewish. I have Latinx in me as well, so I like to keep it simple, Latinx Jew. And you know what that means? Like, if I didn't get a great deal on it, I definitely stole it, like these Louis V's. I came across these. They don't have a sale at Louis, so I had to figure out how to get those locks off of the
So you
display.
Jewed them out of it, is what
Are
you're
you
saying?
serious? You didn't steal them, did you?
No, I didn't. I actually have a video because I knew people would be like, those are fake. So I filmed the whole excursion. I'm going to put that on YouTube just as proof.
Basically, what it sounds like, you've been hanging out with Lonzo Ball.
Yeah. Where is he? You should have been at the show last night. We probably forgot to get that invite over. What were you doing last night?
Me? I was on the podcast.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Yeah, every night. That's wild.
Well, so I do it 6 nights a week. I don't do Saturdays.
Oh, Saturday. Hey, so you're maybe a little Jewish as well. You're like, I take Saturdays as for the Sabbath.
So I actually am Jewish.
Oh, Mazel Tov, Shabbat Shalom.
like for real.
Oh, good. Then I don't have to. Yeah, I don't have to hide my.
No, you don't have to hide shit. Again, this is No Cap Reacts. We don't hold back on anything here.
Just with the climate these days, I look around like, oy vey, are these people are gonna throw. You know, they're storming airplanes, screaming, "Where are the Jews?" I'm like, for the first time, I'm like, maybe I'll put this in the shirt just for.
Yeah, what did you end up
while I
wearing?
wa-
What did you end up? You got
Oh,
your-
I brought it. Yeah, I did bring it.
okay,
Yeah.
Okay.
I feel less afraid because I stopped watching the news. So, are they still having that conflict? Right? I don't
That ain't
know.
going nowhere. This is just the start of World War III.
That's
Yeah,
what
yeah.
I was thinking. Hey, yeah, because
Speaking of
what
which.
was that letter? Have you heard of the letter by someone Pike, maybe Albert Pike, where he lays out the plans for World War I and II and III, and the third one included that it was a worldwide, not really nation against nation, but like the philosophy of the Abrahamic religions versus one another. So Islam versus Judaism and Christianity, you know, in their little threesome that has been going on for thousands of years.
Yeah, and all of a sudden, we just decided to jump inside of it.
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
So.
yeah.
All right. First and foremost, where can they find you at on the internet?
Oh my gosh, so many places. The central hub is spirit.com, but it's spjrit.com, where I have my own page, the Starletta page. He has his own podcast, Wake and Bake with Benny, Ben's World Pod.
So we got two
Oh, yeah.
two podcasters with two podcasts that also come together for one podcast.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So a total of 3 podcasts
Yes. And
on another 4th podcast.
yeah, and we're hoping to get a podcast within the podcast that's in those podcasts. So we'll see.
Sometimes we come together for a 4th one too. I mean, sometimes we cross. I mean, we did last week. We did the Starletta show, and then we're like, you know what? Let's add some segments to Benny the Jew. Wake and Bake with Benny. My bad. Say I haven't had any sleep. We had the 8-hour rager last night, so I'm not really.
Yes,
making
everyone
sense.
should have been there. Look, join Omega X, which is all on. We made it easy. It's one website, SPJRIT. You see all the links. Join up to Omega X4. Join our little entertainment fraternity, and this goes out to everyone. You dancers out there, this is a chance for you to party. You entertainers, like whether we had rappers, we had DJs, we had comedians, and we made like this comedy rave crave kind of setup. We have some things to tweak, like we ran the whole night without security, and we have to change that.
Phew, that was it. You're
Yeah, I was
brave
gonna say
doing that.
we don't know. I mean, we've like both. I mean, you've had experience on other shows too. I've had experience like co-producing stuff before this, but we planned it in 3 weeks, and it was an 8-hour rager, and it grew a lot bigger than we expected. And then we were like, at the very end, like, oh my god, this thing's like growing.
Yeah,
We
but
need more help, but we don't have time to get help.
I really want at least 60 days before the next
yeah.
one. Like,
Oh, yeah.
I don't think December is going to happen. I think that we should shoot for like end of January.
December is the worst time to do events.
Yeah, I don't
Oh
think
yeah,
it's
holidays.
Unless it's a holiday event.
See, that makes sense.
yeah, even the New Year's Eve, I don't even want to compete with actual New Year's Eve. We would do it, at the end of the month, like the 29th. If I forget how many, that's how out of it. I don't even know how many days are in January. There's at least 29 days, right?
I think
What?
there's 30 days in January.
30 or
Okay, good.
31?
Okay, he's been smoking.
Yeah,
clearly.
yeah, okay.
We have 31 days in January. The only month that doesn't have at least 30 days is February.
Okay.
Yeah.
I remember learning that before. That was the first thing they teach in Hebrew school. I'm just kidding.
All right, for Troy Mon, who just came through, this is not the request a song show. We do those on the late nights when I'm streaming, usually just on Twitch, Kick, and Rumble, where I do music reviews. This is this is showtime.
Does he want us to do the song?
Now when we come out with because we're coming out with a comedy music live performance album called Benny the Jew Saves Christmas and Other Stories of Miracles and Wonder. So when we have that, I mean, we do have the title rap track, Benny the Jew Saves Christmas. It starts off with me saying, I'm the motherfucking mensch who saved Christmas, and it goes on from there. We could bring that. You're allowed to stream whatever. You're the master of the domain.
We can so what I'm working on is creating my own server, like an actual server.
So you'd have the physical server here?
Yes. Well, no, actually, I would not have it here.
Okay,
I would have it at a at a secret location
Okay, yeah. I just didn't know.
where it was nice and cool. And
I'm so ignorant. I didn't know if you could have the server that far
no,
away.
I could actually,
operate
yeah.
remote.
So you can have your server wherever, because what you do is you just patch into it as long as you have the IP address.
Okay.
So that's the best part about a server. What I want is a server that allows me to tap in from anywhere at any point in time, has everything that I need on it, and I can pretty much start going live anywhere, which means there's a couple of extra little pieces I need to do for these cameras, but that's about it.
Yeah. Oh man, and I would love to learn in the future. Tell me more of that process. I'm already bending the Jew. I'm like, okay, what's the overhead? What are the logistics? How does it?
So that's the thing with the server. It really depends on what all you're trying to do. So with me, the fact that I do a lot of graphics and streaming, and I do photography and videography and things like that. So I need terabytes on terabytes on terabytes.
Oh my.
On top of speed, I need speed.
Yeah, I heard that this guy who does this show, not on YouTube, but he's running it his whole server, his own. He's running the server his own self, and I think it's Red Bar Radio with Mike. I forget his last name, but so he said his cost because of all the video and all the storage space and running the server, he's at $94,000 to $98,000 a year on that cost.
So he's going super huge.
Yeah,
but
who do we got?
We got Croymon said this looks like an interview with Bam Margera and a random country singer.
Oh, am I the random country singer? I'm the country singer. Wait, hold on. Should I take my hat off?
I hope
Hold on, Starletta came out. You call me country?
I hope they mean a young, sexy.
You better be talking
Bam.
about Carrie Underwood or someone sexy.
I hope they don't mean an old psychotic.
I know.
Bam.
To ask him to clarify.
Well, you country singer, girl country singer,
We
has
do look
has
like
to be sexy.
quite the odd pair right now. Wait, hold on.
See, I think I think the whole country rap fusion that's been going on the past 6 years, what was that one? I take my horse
To the old town road.
Yeah,
I'm
which
going
we
on.
can do because we also make music over here.
Dude,
Okay.
I would love to make a music video on a horse. Let's do this for
So-
Benny the Jew Saves Christmas.
So basically, for the person who said I look like a country star, do I still look country? Because I was trying to go for like Las Vegas showgirl, kind of like.
It's the hat.
It's the hat.
It's the hat.
Okay, it's the hat.
They said banned from Jackass Bam Margera.
Hell yeah, that's a compliment. Bam Margera's
Ask
the
them,
shit.
do they mean a young Bam? Please say a young
I
Bam.
used to have a crush
Well,
on
the
Bam.
one that was banned from Jackass is the older one.
Oh, shit.
Oh no,
I just got it.
Bam was banned.
Hey,
Bam was banned.
guess what? We had a roast planned last night that failed because of logistics. The roast of Benny the Jew, me. So I was waiting for the zings. I'll take that one. That was good.
All right, so we're gonna do this. First and foremost, where are you guys from?
Oh.
Chi-Town, Chicago, but not born and raised. We came here when I was 2, and so I'm pretty much an Arizona boy.
You're a Phoenician.
I'm a Phoenician. I feel connected even to the early Phoenicians of yore. You know, like this seems like a weird mystical.
He
like,
said Post
portal.
Malone before the tattoos.
I'll do, but dude, I'll put they give me the contract and I see how much bread is on the line. They can put I'm going to choose the tattoos, but I'll be post the tattoos.
Shots are already being fired.
All right.
All right, and where are you from, Miss Lady Ma'am?
I am from Ohio, Cincinnati, Ohio, or born in Cleveland though.
Born in Cleveland.
Born in Cleveland, raised in Cincinnati. Came to Phoenix about a year ago, but I've lived here on and off for a handful of years. Lived in Tempe, Scottsdale, Cave Creek,
Cave
Happy
Creek.
Valley. Not like the
Were you
Cave
North
Creek,
Scottsdale?
Cave Creek. We were like in a nice apartment off like Cave Creek Road. So I don't even.
There's some beautiful.
Yeah, it was really nice. I got a good deal. This was like years ago, 2014. And now I live in Buckeye.
How Benny the Jew.
Buckeye.
Oh,
A good
Benny.
deal.
Yeah. Well,
It's
should
so
I tell
peaceful
everybody
out
on the
there.
internet my
It is
dirty
not
little
peaceful
secret?
out there. There ain't shit out there. That's not peace. That's like
A lot of
it's a piece of something, but it ain't peace.
Well, and Bill Gates is apparently building a smart city out there.
Oh,
So
wow.
I don't know. Apparently, in years, it's going to be thriving. Anybody heard of Highway 11?
Yeah,
They
Apparently,
said the
they're
same
building a
thing about
highway.
Maricopa. They said the same thing about Santan. They said the same thing
Oh.
about Queen Creek. We
And are they
see-
talking?
Good.
Because
Stay out of my bugger.
when they say smart city, I'm thinking like they've got this.
Well,
dome
first they're going
over
to
it.
the country making a smart city. It sounds pretty stupid.
I
Yeah,
know.
well-
That's what I'm saying.
like, this is the dumbest thing. Hey, we're going to build a smart city away from the actual city.
yeah, exactly. No. Well, that's why they probably want to like run. I mean, in my mind, I thought it was gonna be like a futuristic city. I thought that's what a smart city was. I'm like,
Yeah,
what? You're
I've
gonna like
seen, like,
implant brain
flying
chips
cars
into
and
everybody?
So it
drones.
is. So the city itself, for their plans, because they bought land from Buckeye all the way over to Surprise, and there's no cars allowed whatsoever. It is going to be all smart vehicles only, smart trains. That's where the electric motorcycles, scooters, all those things are allowed. It's pretty dope from what I've seen. So.
So I feel like to access it, are you gonna have like, you have to have some app or chip, that could be read as you drive your car through it, or
I mean, $62.3 billion worth of tech companies will call Phoenix home by the end of next year.
Oh my!
So don't be surprised when you see Phoenix become one of the smartest cities in the U.S.
Well,
Well,
I
unless
could see it.
World War III happens first. So
Well, that's why we're trying to, prepare for the apocalypse right now. So that's why everybody should watch our podcast. You
Yeah,
might
I
learn a
bought-
thing or two.
I bought my katana. You guys like a razor sharp katana? Are you guys ready? I'm ready.
Oh,
'Cause you're
he
gonna run
does
out of
have one.
bullets and arrows and spears.
See, this is where you have to be smart. You can't run out of bullets if you make your own.
Damn! How do you make your
are
own
you talking
bullet?
about like musket style? You like
No,
melting
like
pewter?
actual bullets.
What?
hell?
I mean, I don't trust myself with the manufacturing
See,
of
that's
ammunition.
the difference. See, this is the thing. Let's say World War III happens. Okay, as I say, lions, tigers, bears. Oh my! The first thing they're going to attack, which has already been proven that they can do it because they have done it already. 2 years ago? Remember when your cell phones were down for 13 hours? Every cell phone carrier in the U.S. So that was a cyber attack.
When was this?
They also 2 years ago. They also did
2020.
They also did 7 of the largest banks.
What?
Okay, they covered it up and they let T-Mobile and Verizon take the fall for it.
Just
But
calling it a glitch or
Yep.
internal.
and that's when I actually worked for T-Mobile at the time. I had worked for T-Mobile for 7 years. So we knew what was happening. We just wasn't allowed to talk about it at the time. So, no, literally it was a cyber attack. They literally shut down every cell phone carrier in the U.S. We were down for 13 hours.
Damn.
Yeah. So they figured out that they could basically do that, which is what I would say is the beginning of what we're doing now, which is also why then our current president, the guy with the T, so I guess that'd be 3 years ago? So Mr. Trump made it very clear that we need to get rid of TikTok because he's saying that was how they pretty much did it.
Yeah, but I mean,
Wow.
that was the big villain. But honestly, you'd have to find every East Asian related app. But they're going to be clever and have some diversified companies in Europe and America. So it'd be hard to really cut out every app that's connected to, obviously everyone over in China or Russia has some sort of hack strategy, which I think China
Well,
even
China's a lot
encourages.
smarter than we are when it comes to that, and whether we like it or not, they've infiltrated way more and gotten more information. But TikTok happens to be the largest app on the market.
I don't know if-
Downloaded by not only children but adults.
Oh yeah, that one. I have yet to put TikTok on my phone. It's
It's on my
hard for
phone.
me.
I'm thinking about taking it off now, but then I
But how many
figured I'm
views are you
already
getting?
in.
How many views are you
Not
getting?
enough.
Well, here's the thing: is on the way TikTok, if you actually look at it, the way they have it set up is you're giving them permission to everything in your life in the first place just by
Exactly.
adding the app.
Oh my God.
But that is how they're saying they did it. Now, looking at what started 2, 3, whatever happened, whenever started Ukraine and Russia, the first thing Russia actually did was knocked out their power grid. Once you knock out someone's power grid, it's a done deal. It's a wrap. If they knock down our power grid, well, that's why I say lions, tigers, bears, oh my. The first thing that's going to happen is we've been stupid Americans. We brought fucking animals literally from other countries, literally lions, tigers, and bears, leopards and panthers and everything else. Those gates open the fuck up. Silverback gorillas, everything. Those are free. Then you have the other animals, aka prisoners. Prisons open. This is why me personally, katana is cool, but it's not gonna help you because you're gonna have things and people coming in droves. So you need something to take out multiple people at any given time. Damn. 2, when the lights go out, you have to understand the lights truly go out. We have to think about the mountain lions and bobcats and shit that just roam the regular streets right now, but they stay away for the most part because cars, street lights, people. Well, when those things stop moving, they start to move about. So what we know as life as a whole, we really go back to primitive ways.
Yeah, and in those primitive times when we came up with like words like night and evil and like devil.
Yeah.
So it was like, because in the darkness, that's when the true evil, because of what you said.
Police
Imagine back then.
will no longer be police. There's no such thing as a fire department.
Yeah.
So the quote unquote devil owns the night, you know?
Correct.
And yeah, there's so much light and darkness symbology. And we also like to go into religious text and we'd have to say conspiracies because
That'd be perfect. I need to come get on you guys' show.
I know. I'm like, this is taking a crazy turn. Wow.
Well, again, so this is why with my show, there is no format. Everything here is freestyle. Because it's real people, real conversations. Like, that's literally been the slogan for the show since day one. Because I've always said shows that have formats are usually, they get rather boring rather quickly. When you bring people in, you interview them on a regular basis, you can ask as many questions as you want to, but you never know what the answer is going to be. So the conversation can go anywhere. So I love it this way because everything happens. Troy Mama says, let's talk about 9/11.
Oh, yeah.
Hold on. Before we do anything, let's do this. Phone lines are now officially open. 602-736-6660. The phone lines are officially open. If you want to join the conversation or create a topic of conversation and be a part of the show, I usually give you about 3 to 5 minutes. You can go ahead and jump in. You can ask we'll call it Benny and the Jet. No, it's Benny the Jew and
Alex. I was going to say Starletta.
Go ahead. Starletta. Because she's not Alex right now. She's Starletta.
I know. I think I feel myself.
I think I feel it coming
out. You guys are going to be confused now. You're going to be like, what happened? You were just like an old weird country girl just sitting here, and now you've got this weird voice going on.
So you have like two persons. So you have Alex. And Alex, what? You model and do what else?
I have a jewelry psychic reading company. So I do I have multiple businesses. So last night we did a show that was promoting one of my, it's not an official charity yet, because I still need to figure out how to register as a 501c. Yep, all that. So this was like completely new, but I taught myself how to sew during the pandemic. So I started, instead of sourcing my fabric from like the big box stores and stuff, I like to go to the thrift shops and rescue clothes from what otherwise would end up in the landfill. And I like to take old things and give them new life and deconstruct them and make them new and pretty again. So that's what my clothing company is all about. And it also, it's called Freedom for Strays because I'm also very passionate about mental health and puppies and animals, specifically dogs. And 20% of the sales from Freedom for Strays are donated to Puppy Love Animal Rescue. Well, I think I'll end up doing it like other no-kill shelters, but right now I'm choosing it. Oh my God, I can't talk because I've had no sleep last night. I'm choosing Puppy Love because I used to work there.
Okay.
Yes.
And then you have your other personality, Starletta.
Yes, and I didn't even finish Alex because I also have statements by Alex Jewelry. Okay, so you guys can check out these badass rings. Okay, I make big statement pieces like this. I don't have a necklace on, but I got my earrings on. You can see. So we do crystal healing, and then I also do tarot readings. and I specialize in astrology and human design. And if you guys have never had a reading, have you ever had an astrology reading or human design? Have you ever even heard of it?
I hit the mic.
Me?
Yeah, you. Either.
Well,
Oh, of course.
I
have,
know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've had an astrology reading where what they need to know your date of birth, the time you were born, the city, blah blah blah. Mm-hmm. Yep, I did that.
Yes.
I don't know what the other one is. I ain't never heard of that.
Yeah,
shit.
human design is super cool. Human
The
design.
fuck is? I was already designed. How you gonna redesign me?
Oh my god, it's so cool. The
That
guy.
sounds like eugenics.
No, human design is so cool. It's like fairly newer than astrology and all the other like pseudoscience. That's what they call it.
So
But-
y'all heard it here first. If y'all see me on the goddamn show and all of a sudden I'm Caucasian, you know who did it. She redesigned me.
Yeah, basically.
The first guy to ever go black.
Well, that's what
and
we're-
back. This summer.
and
No
today,
Cap presents.
No Cap Reacts presents Black Guy Gone White.
So funny.
Actually, if you did whiteface and we had a good production value, I mean, I think we
So I actually
could-
have a character. So I do skits every now and then. It's been a while,
We gotta
but I
combine
have
forces.
a skit.
I know.
And I have this millionaire, and his name is my name's Bradley, and I own a yacht. Let's go.
Are you in like a polo? Are you in a
Yes.
polo?
No, I'm wearing a cardigan.
Oh,
Oh,
nice.
even better.
So blonde
millionaire.
wig, like makeup done flawlessly, so I look like your typical white guy, millionaire white guy.
Loafers, boat loafers.
Yeah, like the ties,
you've gotta
sweater.
wear the Sperry's
Okay,
with
yes,
the khaki
yeah.
shorts.
That's for traction. That's for traction.
It's for traction on the boat. What are you talking about, man? Yeah.
And the khaki shorts is so that you can one day regale people with stories about.
No, it's easy
how-
access when I'm fucking the whores.
Where's your sound effect? Sing.
Where does he go? Does he go to an island in the South Pacific to?
Catalina Islands. We go to fucking Monaco. What are you talking about?
And so but by knowing a guy's boat, So this character, what kind of boat yacht situation is he on?
So-
is he full Jay-Z?
So
or is he
never
like
never
classic?
went that deep into it because it's just like he's just a dick. So it's about.
It'd be
just-
funnier if he doesn't even own a boat there at the yard.
The craziest part is just talking to different chicks and just saying the most wildest off key shit and pulling chicks. So just the character that I thought of a couple years ago when I was doing all my little characterizations and doing shit like that.
Oh, I love that. The flow state. We do skits all the time. That's like one of my favorite things ever.
I'm perfect for that.
Oh my God, come and do one. We just did a fake ayahuasca retreat. I'm still editing it, but that'll be posted on YouTube soon. Oh my God, so much fun.
So, and then Benny the Jew, but who are you before you use your well, actually no,
the
we
moniker
didn't finish.
before I use the moniker.
Yeah, so we'll do you first, and then we'll go into your both of your alter egos.
Okay.
Okay, yeah. So yeah, Benjamin Villanueva is he identifies as that, like, just another story of a brown guy misunderstood in the hood, like that kind of whole philosophy. Because people look at Villanueva and they look at everything, and all they see, for the lack of in the parlance of our time, like a Mexican, and then but really like inside, like he's been raised by Seinfeld. He was like,
And that was
he
the show.
like,
That was the
research-
shit, though.
He was. What did you say?
I love
Seinfeld was the shit.
Oh yeah, I love it. Yeah, that's why on the Christmas album I have a song about Festivus. It's called Festivus for the rest of us, and but I'm doing it like kind of like Adam Sandler style, the Hanukkah song style. But yeah, so he's a guy who's misunderstood because really, if you translate Villanueva, you get the surname Newhouse, which is a little more classic in the Ashkenazi English vernacular for surnames. So you've got this like Latinx Jew who was really just growing up under the moniker of like brown guy, like being watched as a shop for things and this. So my whole identity is what more Benny the Jew is really just a hyperbole of like, a version of myself that popped up. Like I got Louis on my face so that when people see me, regardless of what other clues they might be programmed to think, I'm starting to say like, well, now you got to figure out if I'm, if I'm hood rich or what, like before I was just like a
Hood
sweaty
rich or
brown
good
guy.
rich?
What did you say?
Hood rich or good rich?
Yeah, hood rich or good rich. But hey, at least a brother hood rich. And I'm not trying to be the lame white guy. I'm just filtering. I'm doing the PC. I can't get canceled before my second comedy tour.
Shit, not the way this
Better
world
not.
works
I'll
right
get
now.
canceled by osmosis. You better not. I know we're fucked. We're tied together. You better not get yourself canceled.
Watch, I say it, but the newspapers just read like Starletta.
Hey, that's what
explodes in
happens
racist
around here.
tyrant.
So easy to get canceled. Y'all better watch out who you associate with too.
And
You know
then
what I'm saying?
your second personality happens to go by Starletta.
Yes. Yep.
And where'd the voice come from?
That's a good question. I think, well, when I started Starletta, I was like,
Hi, my name.
or no, it wasn't like that.
My name.
Oh, no, see, I can't break out of the Starletta voice now. It wasn't so nasally. It was like,
My name is Starletta.
it was like, more of like a
Like
country
a,
thing.
Yeah.
But it was like a
Miley Cyrus
Reba.
country.
She was, so can I tell the story behind Starletta?
go ahead.
Okay. In 2021, after 2020, when we were on lockdown, and I was like, wow, there definitely is an apocalypse coming. I was like, I better like get out on the open road now and just like learn how to like try to live off the grid or something. So I decided to take like a cross country road trip with my dog. And my mother was like not fond of the idea because I'm a solo female traveling with a dog. And I was driving through Arizona.
Some milk.
What? What about milk? How was that relevant? What about milk? I'm just kidding.
I'm milking the
So
cat.
I was driving in Black Canyon City, and then I found a wig, and it was like this mullet kind of like short style wig, and it immediately made me think of like Juliette Lewis, like Natural Born Killers, and kind of like a mix of that. And Miley Cyrus had also recently like gotten her mullet haircut, and I was like, you know what? I kind of feel like Miley Cyrus when I like put this wig on. But I originally picked it up because I was like, maybe because of the short hair, people, I don't know, like sometimes if people are trying to creep on you, like, I mean, I've creeped on dudes with long hair hold on, no. I like guys with long hair, like long like me. And sometimes like I'll see a woman.
You don't like guys with long
Well, I
hair
like that too.
me?
I like a lot of things. It depends on the energy because I don't see. I mean
Just
that this
smorgasbord,
was like
yeah,
don't tell anyone
plethora.
secrets about my love life.
I don't
Ben
know
knows
any.
too
I
much.
don't know any.
Clearly, he knows too much. You already said you had Jews inside you.
Not
No, she said that too.
there's
There
a
are
lot of Jews in this world.
I know
Nothing
they.
against Betty.
I know they took out 6 million, but there are plenty left. And if you want to talk about making ammunition, like the early days of Israel, they were being attacked and digging into the ground with these ammunition plants that were essentially like people hand assembling things and covering the noise with like construction on top because they had so much surveillance. So that seems like what we have to do, like in the future. Like we're buried in the mountain.
I
making
think we should
bullets.
just like build underground. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't you guys think that would save
When
you in an
if you buy
apocalypse?
property, like what kind of regulations are there? Like how low can you go?
Yeah, right.
So
Hey guys, call in and tell us how
my
low.
thought process. It ain't a thought process. It's exactly what I plan on doing. I'm gonna buy some of them goddamn them tractor trailer. What do you call those on the back of them? Anyway, I'm gonna buy them little trailer things, the freights, and yeah, I'm gonna put
like those cargo freights.
yeah, I'm gonna put like 4 of them bitches, 2 stacked on top of each other, 2 side by side, 2 deep. But I also want it like 10 feet underground, so it's got to be at least 35, 40 feet deep.
I like that we're not the only ones thinking about this.
Oh hell no! Like this. Look, I say this, and
And I saw the video of what you're talking about. Where you bury those.
in layman's terms, to literally put it for especially for my viewers, y'all know I'm a nigga from the hood, but we're fucking smart enough to know that there's some bullshit going down, and when there's some bullshit, yeah, I'm gonna stand and fight. I got kids and shit, but I'm not just gonna go down without a fight. Like if I survive the hood, I'm gonna survive some other shit.
Exactly.
But I'm gonna do it like the right way too. Like I'm gonna put me some shit underground. I'm gonna have a camera system rolling off of some solar shit, So solar panels, I've already been looking at those, what's it called? The jackeries. So getting some of them big ass fucking jackeries and literally having those extensions for them. So they're 40, 50 feet deep or 50 feet long. Having just random little miniature solar panels set up where people aren't really going to fucking notice them. And yeah, that's how I'm going to power my shit so my cameras never die. So I see above ground, I see below ground. I'm going to have 4 other ones stacked up 100 yards away above ground. And I'm going to have tunnels where I can go from below to under. So when I get to the above ground, yeah. And well, you see, that's one dog. I'm going to have bullies and cane corsos out the ass. And they are trained. Like even she's highly trained. Come anywhere near my shit, the dog's gonna let me know first, which gives me time to go from point A to point B. And on top of point B is gonna be a couple 50 calibers.
You guys know that we're becoming a red flag. You know, the government is probably screening this conversation right now. Like, okay, take these 3 out in Phoenix because they are coming up with a really smart plan.
I was saying right now the NSA is like, okay, 35-foot bunker.
I know. But speaking of which, I didn't mean to cut you off.
Like, I hope he doesn't put lasers up there. We need lasers.
I'm just saying, this is an amazing plan, and I'm right on board with you. Now, do you foresee yourself living with like a tribe of people during this upcoming apocalypse, or
Well, yeah,
are you
I need 3 or 4 different vaginas.
Oh,
I
at
ain't
least.
gonna lie.
That's what I'm saying lately.
3 or 4 different vaginas, you know.
age of
We gotta
Aquarius.
obviously make children.
Yes.
These shit, like my kids now are highly trained. Let's just say that they're trained. So I'm all on, and at the same time, like people don't even understand. They're like, oh, there's a big black guy, drives Mercedes, wear gold chains. Look at him. Ha, ha, ha. The motherfucker, I will kill you. Fuck him. I will kill you. So,
Oh my god!
now I know how to live off the land. When I went to college in Missouri
You did?
and lived there for 15 years. So you learn how to make fires. I actually worked for the Department of Conservation for a short period of time.
That's
Well, I
pretty
would
amazing.
think the college campus has like
Now, this had nothing to do with college campus. Fuck the college campus.
Oh.
They wasn't doing nothing like that. That was just partying, fucking, and playing sports and studying.
Hey, you went to ASU too?
No,
Oh wait, no, you said studying. We
no,
don't-
yeah. No,
Our
I was
curriculum doesn't require studying at ASU.
Here's the crazy part. Arizona was never on my radar growing up, or even when it came time to go to college. Because I'm born and raised in Los Angeles. Oh. So went to college in Missouri. Because my mom and dad are from St. Louis.
So then when you say from the hood is because all we know from movies is that Compton's in Los Angeles.
Yeah, I'm Inglewood.
But okay, actually I heard of that one too.
Right
So
next to
that's
Compton.
Next to Compton, yeah.
Yeah.
It has more of a more of a flair to the name though, you know. It was almost like a
Inglewood always up to no good. That's what it was. That's what it's known for.
I feel like they have good food there now. Have they revived into like a
Inglewood is let's put it like this. The last time I was in my neighborhood, which is a couple years, first and foremost, growing up, even now. So what I'm wearing right now, the color scheme, which by the way, hustle fit, motherfuckers, hustle fit.
Yeah, that's tight.
The color scheme, because it was a blood neighborhood, where I grew up was a blood neighborhood, so I fit in perfect right now.
Yeah.
But my favorite color is actually blue, and I don't gangbang. So I did a lot of fighting just for that reason.
Yeah.
2, wearing $60,000, $70,000 chains. Yeah, I'd already be dead in the 80s and the 90s. Driving a Mercedes, I probably got carjacked already, or at least tried. Whereas now, the last time I was there, well, let's just say I saw a lady that was probably 40 years her senior walking a little poodle dog in my fucking neighborhood.
That's what I
where
was saying.
we slept on so we had bunk beds, but me and my brother slept on the floor to make sure we didn't get shot.
What?
So growing up across the street from Washington Prep High School, every homecoming, every prom, back then they had LPA, which was ladies pay all. all the different dances and schools, things, functions that happen, there were shootouts, guaranteed, every single time. Football games, shootout, because you're in a gang neighborhood, and in the 80s and 90s, crack epidemic. When I say it was the hood, it's 100% the hood. Like horrible.
Oh my God.
So now it looks like at least a part gentrification.
No, it
peeking
looks
through.
the same. It's just gentrification out the ass.
Yeah.
So
I
where
wonder
there
if-
used to be one white person is now like all white people for the most part.
Yeah, so I wonder if, over time the next phase will be like, adding the Starbucks and then updating. The
Already
look.
there. They
Oh,
put
okay,
in
okay.
the new Rams Stadium.
Oh,
we got
yeah,
a caller.
yeah.
We got a caller.
Oh, this
I
is
love that
exciting.
they-
I
You
know.
are
live.
now live on the air. You don't have to introduce yourself. You can stay anonymous.
Oh, that's gay. This is Joey Capuana.
Oh,
Okay, Joey
Joey.
Capuana.
what? We got a call in. Hey, what's up?
I'm just at work, experiencing the part of my life I don't like.
Where do you work?
I'm a security guard, which is like the worst thing to be as a comedian, I think.
Hey, I don't want to hear that. I actually own my own security company.
Dang.
We needed security.
I know. I was about to say. We got a role for you in the next Omega.
I was
if
gonna
you
say,
want it.
I'm gonna talk to you guys after this.
Okay.
Anyways.
I thought you meant he's got to go or something.
No, so what's up? What's on your mind, Joey Capuana?
Just the usual bullshit. Had a good week this week. Trying to figure out how to do comedy and live with no money at the same time. Pretty much the case here.
Oh well, I can answer that question. I can give you great advice.
Me too.
Fat woman,
Well, that was not my advice.
get you a somewhat well-off fat chick.
Well,
Who's
I
well
had
off
my
these
first
days? I wanna
sexual
know what they're
experience with a fat chick about 1 year ago, and I'll be honest, it was better than I expected it to be.
Well, I will say this. I'm not into big chicks, but they do have some of the best, juiciest pussy you're ever gonna fucking get. It's It's
right.
like
I
it's
think so,
untouched. It's like no one's fucking them on a regular basis.
That's what you call
Aw.
a whopper.
I thought they were all called wops.
Because they can't reach it.
Oh,
Yeah, and that's the thing. They can't even masturbate. So
Aw.
they're always like virgins.
damn.
I recently saw. Have you guys ever heard of a Chinese door knocker?
The Chinese door knocker.
Is this like on Urban Dictionary or whatever?
No, my mistake. It's actually referred to as a Chinese ceiling knocker. It was invented in China by a guy who was super annoyed with his upstairs roommate. So it's this long pole with
Oh, I
a
thought this
solid
was a
ending
sex
that
move.
vibrates against their ceiling to annoy the shit out of them for being loud.
Oh shit, that'd be
And I've heard a lot of
hilarious.
fat girls are using it for their pussies now.
Wait. All I heard was pussies. Hold on. Earmuffs. Go on.
Wow, we got another call.
We got another call in. Oh man.
Dang, that sounds like Chris Hurd.
Yeah, hold on. You are now live on the air.
Hello.
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 Dr. X?
That's right.
It's Dr.
Oh my
X.
God.
This is the world-renowned
Wait.
psychiatrist, Dr. X.
Is Joey still with us? Are we on like a 3-way call, or is this like one call at a time?
One call at a time.
Oh,
but
I didn't even say
hold
bye to
on.
Joey. Bye, Joey.
Yeah, we'll text you, Joey.
I can go back and forth between them. Unfortunately, I can't put them both on together.
Whoa, but how
Nope,
cool.
actually, I can. Both callers, you
shit.
should now.
Modern
Both of you should be here.
Oh my God.
Tell Dr. X he's talking about Joey.
Joey, have you heard
Capuana.
of Dr. X? Maybe.
Dr. X.
Yeah.
He's got a
Like from
podcast,
X-Men?
Hard Talk with Dr. X.
Oh no, Hard Talk. Would you be interested in a podcast called Hard Talk with Dr. X?
I like that. Yeah, who's gonna do that?
Well, hold on. Let me preface this with the idea. Are you old enough to remember a Howard Stern show?
Oh, I know Howard Stern. Yeah.
Oh, good. Okay. I'm sorry. I'm old.
Is his show like that? Because if his show's like that, you need to have me on there for sure.
Yes,
Dr. X.
Dr.
Is still there?
X.
Is he
Now,
still there?
Dr. X, do we still have you?
Yes, I'm here.
We're trying to get Dr. X back on the show.
Now, is your show video or just sound?
Right now it's just sound, but we do cell phone
as
videos.
a team, we do need to
And
upgrade to video. Yeah.
Because
Also-
I was gonna say if Dr. X, because I got a plethora of porn stars and OnlyFans girls.
Oh, that's what
If
we're
you want to
looking
make this
for.
a real Howard Stern situation,
Oh,
That's what it's for. This is the hard talk, like, because I go in.
I
as
got
a
some
co-host.
hardness.
better
porn.
yet, I have a better idea for you guys. Why don't you bring the strippers and the porn stars in to be the smoke show, and then let's talk about some real shit, like how to prepare for the motherfucking apocalypse. How about that? Let's teach our people how to build bunkers, okay? That's the problem with America. We're focusing too much on titties and not enough on how the fuck to drink your own water and grow your own
That's
food so
actually-
you can
that's-
survive
that's
when they do
act-
another cyber attack.
That's actually not true because even inside the bunker, again, we still need vaginas.
Well, absolutely, you're right. And we're moving into the age of Aquarius now. So what you said about having 4 vaginas is accurate. And actually, I want 4 penises. So I'm on board with you. You know, I want 4 husbands.
I say
gone
let's-
are the days of 1 husband.
Let's have the.
Well, good
the-
luck with that.
Let's have the.
Oh,
Only,
I'm doing fine. Don't tell. I'm joking.
let's have the OnlyFans girls lay on our laps and laugh and talk with us while we make these plans.
Yeah, like,
I'm all
come sit
about
on my
making the
lap
plans.
while we have these great hard conversations.
So, Dr. X, we've got the world-renowned psychiatrist here. I feel like we should use this to our advantage.
I know. I mean, basically, we're doing the podcast right now. Anything
Right.
you want to
Did you
talk
guys
to
have
Dr.
any-
X about?
Well, if anybody has any whacked out cousins or friends, I could probably help you out.
I haven't a
So
wacko.
elaborate on whacked out.
Well, I'm just saying, if you got any problems,
Looney
any
Tunes,
any
Cuckoo for
odd
Cocoa Puffs.
coworkers or your friends doing something weird, let me know.
Or like an ex. Can I not even
diagnosed.
say this? I want to say this so bad.
Dr. X, I feel like you need to be on one of my therapy sessions.
He should be.
I literally have a show
By the way,
Monday,
can I-
Tuesday, and Thursday called Therapy Session.
Oh, okay. By the way, can I just do, in honor of Howard Stern, can I do my my best Baba Booey impression?
Make it happen.
Yeah, I'll do a Beetlejuice after.
Hey, no. Let me do the video. Hello. Hey, man. We broke up like 10 years ago, and no, I'm sorry. That was it. Does anybody remember the Baba Booey video? Oh my God.
He needs some milk.
Yeah, milk. I don't understand the milk.
Get over here!
I'm milking the cat every time he says that. So yeah, I want to ask a question because Dr. X, what is a great question to ask all these? Because he's got all these girls that are like entertainment type girls, so that's OnlyFans, probably some strippers, some dancers.
Ain't no probably.
Okay, definitely. Probably girls that me and Dr. X have maybe or maybe not been around at Dream Palace and. Let's
You
see,
should be
where else
going
have
to
we had?
Jaguars.
I used to date a girl when I was 18. I dated a girl working Jaguars, and she made the cover of Barely Legal 18.
Oh my
Barely
gosh.
Legal 18. I was barely
that
legal
even still
18.
exist?
How old was she, Ben? Just so
This
we'll
dude, when
make
I
sure
was
you weren't
18,
breaking
that
the law.
was.
She,
Okay.
she was really 17. He just telling us she was 18.
Hey,
Oh,
I'm pretty
Lord.
sure to be on Barely Legal 18, you have to. I was judging it by the fact that she was on that she was 18. I was like, you can't.
Did you check for ID or anything? You should have checked. For
Yes,
ID.
I scanned it too with a light to make sure it wasn't a fake.
I'm
And
so glad
then,
not to be a guy.
yeah.
I don't have to worry about these things. Unless I was a teacher.
Oh yeah, you don't have to
I'm
worry
just kidding. That was a bad joke. Hey, I got a nice little
Clearly, she
17-year-old.
likes them younger.
God, I can't imagine having men don't mature until they're in their 40s. Let's be real. You guys know. How old
Yeah,
are-
but that's not what y'all be saying about that dick.
well,
Oh, he matured at 14 years old. He just keeps on going.
yeah. I mean, I've never had sex with a 14-year-old, so I wouldn't know personally.
Sure, because he was 15.
You're missing out.
No, I didn't lose my virginity till I was 19.
Look, a
I
bar
waited.
mitzvah happens
Oh my
at
God.
13, so that's a man. That's a man. He learned how to sing in Hebrew. That's the man. He's a man. He's ready.
You still got Joey with us too?
Oh, I'm here. I'm
Oh
here.
my
Oh,
God,
word.
you're here. He's soaking
Hey.
it in.
By the way, everyone who's listening, Joey's you got to go over to spirit.com so we could send you to Joey's YouTube video, watch his roast battle against Max, and we're doing
Yeah,
a vote.
that was-
Voting is still open. Who is the winner? Because you guys were doing some solid burns back and forth.
Do they?
Well, I went back. I went back and watched it, and as much as I love to humiliate Max and call him a loser, he absolutely fucking beat my ass in that. I'm so proud of how I did.
I don't know, dude.
I don't know, Joey. I mean, no shade at Max because he was incredible, but so were you. You had me like, you guys both. It was so hard because it kept going back and forth, and I was like, oh yeah, he got it. And then I was like, oh, but wait, he just zinged him. And then I had some very hard belly laughs.
Right out the gate, he's like, Max looks like a pilgrim who time traveled to 2023 to start a podcast about almonds.
Oh, that was so
I'm
funny.
still dying. It's classic.
Sorry.
We'll see. Look, the people.
And I just love like Max. I love Max because he's like, I was gonna say he's easy to make fun of, but I mean that with like a lot of like love and admiration because he's so like well read. You know what I mean? And he makes it a point for people to know that he's well read. You know, he dresses nice and he has a book that you know what I mean? Like he sent me a picture with like a book. That was his Omega picture. So he's given you a lot to work with.
Yeah, he's got.
But then again, so you're giving him a lot to work with. You know what I'm saying?
He's like, I read and I'm intelligent. He's got a. That's funny posing with a. I've done that before. You know, have a cigarette and a book and get that strike, a nice black and white. It's like, you know, when they look
Max
back in
reads in the
time.
bathtub, so it's like.
Sounds like a
There's a
fucking
limit.
loser to me.
Yeah, well, say that. I mean, I think women, especially pretty women who have been through all the fuckboys, they want a man with intelligence. So I'm just saying.
Well, good, yeah, because
want a
just
man
that
who
little
looks
bit of
like a librarian
Ashkenazi,
that-
I'm
They
like,
want a what?
fucking genius.
I get that.
Wait, what?
Yeah, they want an asexual smart guy. That's what they want.
And that's where I'm at. I'm like 36. I'm like, yeah, I'm about ready. Like, I'm just like, looks are, they last like 5 minutes now. I'm just like, come on, give me something else. Like, how about some substance, people? We're evolving as humans. Are we all evolving, or are we just kind of like?
Are we actually evolving? Because
Some
feel
of
like
us
since
are.
smartphones came out, a lot of people got a lot dumber.
Some of us. It's true because it separates us, and then people become extremists because they're
some
like.
people read and
"Eh."
some people don't.
I know. I read.
It's ridiculous.
You guys read? Everybody in
oh,
this
of
room
course, yeah, right
and
now
on the
I'm-
phone.
No, I like pussy.
I like pussy.
No.
I read
hey,
while I
hey,
eat
hey,
pussy.
hey, hey.
Yeah,
I read while I read that
I get
pussy.
plenty. I get plenty of vagina, and I read.
Yeah.
Well, I've grown.
reading Braille
I
off dude's
audiobook.
dicks with your
I
mouth.
audiobook. So you can fuck while you listen to your book.
Yeah.
Dude, audiobooks are not reading.
Exactly. That's why I said I graduated.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
He's
All right,
he
my apologies.
evolved. He evolved.
I'm a multitasker. Fuck them while you listen.
They were reading things off of paper like 2,000 years ago. This is the next evolution. We're listening now.
Oh, okay. My apologies. My apologies.
I mean, you're the psychiatrist. You know, they pay you the big bucks.
So are you
Yeah.
actually a psychiatrist?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, talk about where you went to school.
They can
you know?
verify my credentials.
Okay. This is I love this. Okay. So
He can't even say, but he may or may not have had celebrity clients as well. He can't really divulge.
true. Let me
Yeah, I
ask you
can't
this.
divulge that.
These women that run around calling all their boyfriends narcissists.
Oh.
Are they actually narcissists or are these women just
They
retarded?
probably are cluster B. Take the floor.
No,
Dr.
there's a
X.
lot. Yeah, there's a lot of narcissists running around, and then they're part
As
of
a
cluster
narcissist
B.
myself.
Most.
Okay, now
Wait, what do you say? Did
now,
I hear
are we
Starletta?
basing this off of narcissists by the actual definition of the fact that people are just attached to themselves? Or are we going
yeah.
off of narcissistic what's it called? Fuck.
Personality disorder.
Personality
Come
disorder.
up with a Red Bull bullshit term.
Which also runs very close to being a sociopath.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, that's cluster. I mean, that's cluster B is borderline personality, histrionic, antisocial, and narcissism. They tend to go together. So you got to watch out for cluster Bs. That's
Yeah,
all I'm
like
saying.
what's her name?
So
she pooped
would
in
you
bed.
would you
Amber
would-
Heard.
will
Amber
we-
Heard.
Will we say that it's smart to say that these people really aren't narcissists? They're just more along of being, you say, cluster B. But because
Yeah,
one
cluster B.
dumb chick on Love and Hip Hop called her man a narcissist, all these other women have now followed the trend.
Oh, that's
Oh,
what
yeah.
they do. They follow the trend.
what
They
every-
actually
yeah.
talk.
She-
Speak.
And
truth.
they've made it into a buzzword, but it like they don't realize how
Yeah.
stupid they really sound.
Yeah, I agree with that. A lot of times they use the terminology, they don't really understand it. So they just say, "Oh, my boyfriend's a dick. He's a narcissist," and those are two different things, So
Yeah, I think they're
people
confusing
overuse the
ego
word.
with narcissism.
Yeah.
What do you think that women today have a staunch attachment to sociopaths?
The hot ones
Well,
do.
yeah, I mean,
I mean,
people-
Joey's not wrong. There's
They
mean,
do.
Because they're exciting, right?
well, there's
Yeah,
no.
I think
I got some psychology for you guys. It's because the narcissists are the only ones that have enough fucking inflated ego amount of confidence to just shoot their shot, and
Yeah,
then
and-
women are just like,
And
you
women
know,
just
That's
want
true.
that alpha big
That's
dick
true.
energy.
Exactly.
They want that alpha big dick energy. Like I was
true. the guy
interviewing.
who's reading and who's reading audiobooks at home and is a total loser. Is not going to come up to these chicks, and usually it's going to be a broke narcissist who's
Yeah,
got a
exactly.
huge ego,
Yes.
who's unemployed,
Yes.
total loser, douchebag, and then you end up with a lot of these hot chicks are with these assholes, and that's what happens in my opinion.
Now that's another thing. Why? And this will be for the ladies that are watching the show, because 68% of my viewers happen to be females. I don't know why.
Oh,
but
word.
they are.
Oh, word. What's their numbers?
So for my ladies out here, the question is, why do so many of you choose the crazy broke guy that wants to sleep on your couch, borrow your car? I mean, I understand that broke dick is some of the best dick in the world, from what I'm told.
I know, but I'm over here driving a Lexus with my Louis on, and it's like that
Those are
dude's
not
on your
don't
Louis.
lead with the Lexus.
Those
When will people
aren't
understand
Louis.
this?
Those are Laverne's, and you're driving a luxurious Toyota Camry.
Hey, this,
Damn, you want to be on our next
yeah,
roast battle?
You need to be on the
Hey, we're
roast
doing a roast.
Benny the
I was
Jew.
just about to say we're doing a roast of Benny the
Hybrid
Jew.
Toyota Camry. That's got a
So
hybrid
fucking
Toyota
good.
Camry.
That's so fucking funny.
He's got a Camry with different signals on it. That's it. Like, okay, your emblems
It
got
looks like a
changed.
spaceship, though.
With them fake Louis on, I'm sure.
Oh, dude, I filmed myself going into the store because I knew it. I was like, no one's gonna believe me.
You could take his glasses off right now, and what he did is he went and he glued some pictures of other things on the inside, so
I know
his
he doesn't
car
even have
looks
real
like a
life.
spaceship. He can only see over the top of the picture.
Well, I wish I brought my sunglasses. Damn.
Oh, I had
guys.
Corey's Louis for
Yo,
you to
guys,
wear.
real quick.
I forgot.
I'm sorry to interrupt this retarded kindergarten
Tete-a-tete.
class Zoom call, but I do gotta go. I want to be back on again sometime soon.
Joey.
Hell yeah.
Starletta and Ben for having
Joey's
me on your
gotta go
show.
beat
That was
off.
fucking fun.
Hey,
Ah!
Joey, by all
Have
means,
fun beating off.
go
Thanks.
to No
Yeah.
Cap Reacts on
gotta
Instagram.
go.
I'll gladly put you on the show.
Hell yeah.
Love you guys. Talk to you soon.
And Joey,
Bye, Joey.
use a soft
Tommy.
hand. You don't want to get used to
Great
a hard
roast, Joey.
hand.
I
You
watched
want a
it.
soft hand.
What? How do you even change that? What guys do such weird things?
You
Change-
squeeze less tight.
By the way, 100% he's going to beat off right now.
Probably. I mean, you guys are talking about hot chicks and OnlyFans. Oh my god.
And he's doing security.
Yeah.
Sounds like he was by himself.
Yeah, right now he's extorting a chick for a number. Like I think.
Where
we
does
have
he work, by the way?
capacity.
Is he really a security guard?
Yeah, I was just about to
he's-
say.
He's got a picture with it on his Instagram in the yellow. Go to what's his
Like,
Instagram?
what
Joey.
is he guarding? What is that guy guarding? That's
What
like-
is he guarding?
Hey, Jeff Richards has joined our live.
He is
What
official.
up?
He's,
Oh no way!
Yeah.
Show him the setup. Hey.
Oh
Will-
wait, hold on. He.
So she's
he
talking
joined and
about
waved?
her,
I can't
her
tell who's
Instagram
watching.
live, and Jeff Richards, if you guys remember, is formerly from Mad TV
He's
and
hilarious.
SNL, and he's been doing all these characters. This one Gary Busey character, and he actually gave us 3 call-ins for our first 3 episodes of the Starletta Show podcast, and he called in as Gary Busey. So that's like it was such a mitzvah that he would do that. He's actually like a full-blown real celebrity, and that's I think good blessings. And I
Can
went
he
back
do
and
Gary Busey, like a coherent Gary Busey right now? Impression? That would be great.
well,
if he could.
what does he do with the buttered sausages?
Wait, what's the
Buttered
call-in number?
sausages,
Somebody
okay.
said they want to call in. So I'm-
602
Sausages,
736
the buttered sausages.
6660.
Yeah, I
6660?
put the shout out, and that's why Dr. X saw Joey called in. He was on our
amazing.
roast battle. And I'm glad everyone's been, because I really wanted that roast, man. I
wanted to get
want
roasted.
that humbleness of hearing.
What'd you say about roast beef?
Did I say roast beef or
You
did-
served a nice roast beef sandwich. That was a slap to the face. Yeah, you should be on the. We're shooting for a January 30th maybe holiday show, and No Cap should be there. You should join the roast battle. Maybe host a little if you want to be the host with the most.
I could do that.
Hell yeah! See, we need more because Starletta
Yeah.
had too much to do and
Yeah.
she was overwhelmed. Also,
said she
for
had
too much
everybody
to
drink?
showrunner people.
No, I don't drink. I mean, I drink. I sometimes have like a sip. I
All
don't.
right, so
typically
we're gonna go ahead and throw this person on.
Hell yeah.
You are now live on the air.
Hey, is Starletta available to speak to at this moment in time?
Starletta here speaking. What's going on?
That's okay, Alex. You don't have to do the
Who is that?
Starletta voice. However, I'm a big fan of it, and a big fan of Starletta, and you too. But I got to tell you some breaking news that's happening in Phoenix.
Yes. Tell us your breaking news.
Wait,
What's the
hold on,
tea?
hold on. How did something happen?
Dave Kinsler.
Okay, everyone's
This just
here.
in, folks.
Yeah. So here, the story is there's a place in Phoenix that was just busted for harvesting or selling body parts. You
Yep,
know
in
about this?
Tempe.
Body parts
my
for what?
God.
They selling body parts for what?
So they literally took a different head, sewed it onto another torso. They were selling hands, arms, torsos,
For
phalluses.
like Satanist activities.
for I
or-
guess people that I guess eat people or were doing who knows what. They were selling skin.
what part
Yeah.
of
It was in Tempe.
what?
Yeah.
Like it-
I thought it was Phoenix. It's Tempe, yeah. So it gives a new meaning to getting a little head, doesn't it? horrific. But anyway.
Yeah, what a messing.
They were selling them cheap too. You can get a
What's that
whole
now?
torso for $300.
That is cheap.
Wait, where did they get?
That
Hold
is-
on, I'm still catch me up. This is
I
they.
was taking out my card, but it was too late. It was busted.
Well, I'm in the
somehow
market for
I
a
looked at
torso.
my head. It's
Of course you are.
Oh well.
Dr. X.
Of course he is.
He's building a Frankenstein in his basement.
God.
Don't they have like a whole list of
Anybody's got a
amputees? You can
torso
buy
for,
some
like,
live
less than 200,
torsos.
I'm interested.
The closest thing to Frankenstein is I make collages, so that's the closest thing to. And I'm also a film editor, so that's the closest thing I have to.
If you
to
actually go
Frankenstein.
to what is it, Camelback in 27th Avenue, they've got quite a few amputees and addict wheelchair bound females. I'm pretty sure you have a pick of the litter.
Yeah, so the guy was talking about Inglewood, and I grew up in Southern California, and I'm aware of Inglewood as being a major war zone, and he's very lucky to be alive. Sleeping under the window was a very, very good idea.
Yeah.
I wanted to ask him, well, how old is he? The guy from Inglewood.
Okay, so that's me,
Yeah.
and I am 44.
Dang, that's like a magic
Oh,
number.
Now, do you have any
448
memory?
Money.
I have
Well,
44 years. Well,
And
do you have any
Profitable
memory
years for
of
me.
Well,
a
two
barbecue
other
joint
people we've been
there
chilling with are, like,
called
44.
Rib Junction?
Rib
and
Junction.
years apart, like something
Yeah.
about like
Hmm,
You're too
no.
young.
Selling body parts.
You know
You're too
where it
young.
was located at?
for Chinese New Year. That's it.
Well, I can't. It was in downtown Inglewood, and when I was a kid, that was my dad's favorite place to get barbecue. We used to go there all the friggin' time, and it was one of those amazing places that you could smell from the street because they have that little thing on the top of the.
Well, that's everything
roof.
Inglewood. Even when you cook, when you barbecue in the
it's
neighborhood, like
mouth-watering. It was so good. And anyway, I have a lot of great childhood memories of going to Rib Junction in Inglewood. And my grandmother is buried in Inglewood, in the Inglewood Cemetery.
yep, right there
And,
at the farm.
Yeah. And I used to go to the Fabulous Forum all the time. In fact, the very first rock concert I saw was Alice Cooper at the Forum. And I was that $1 Billion Babies tour was happening, and they let me bring in my Super 8 movie camera, and I had these army pants with like 18 pockets on them, full of Super 8 movie cassettes, and I went in there and I filmed the whole concert on Super 8.
That is
And
crazy.
I know. I was like just a teenager, and I cut the thing together and I called it out. Oh, And I filmed Alice Cooper on television. He makes an appearance in a movie called Diary of a Mad Housewife. And I stayed up till 1 a.m. to watch that on TV, just before VCRs or any of that. And I filmed the black and white TV images of Alice Cooper performing this wild song with his band. And they were breaking pillows apart, and they were basically tar and feathering everybody at this bourgeois party. And it was absolutely fantastic. And I cut that together with my Super 8 footage of Alice, and I called it Alice in Wonderland. And I made the grave error of letting one of my high school classmates borrow the film, and he never returned it.
Well, no shit, Sherlock. You at least gotta make a copy of that, because that's gonna be footage that clearly no one else has.
I know, and you even get to see him getting his head chopped off. You know, it was that tour, $1 Billion Babies, where this great magician was the guy who did all of his special effects on that tour. I can't think of the cat's name. He just died fairly recently, but he did the the guillotine routine, you know, which
Andrew
anyway,
said, "What is going
movie
on?"
Napoleon. Don't see it. Don't see Napoleon. It's terrible. See my review. Best movie of the year is Barbie. I really love Barbie. In fact, Starletta should have been the star of Barbie, I think. It would have been a lot funnier.
Was that?
But
Star Barbie.
Yeah, he said you should have been.
You should have been in Barbie.
I am a
think
Barbie.
she's
What are you talking
a
about?
natural born Barbie, you know. And tell the amazing Jewish guy. What does he call himself?
Benny the
Jew.
Benny the Jew. Yeah,
Ian Weather.
I love Benny the Jew on the Starletta. He's been on the Starletta show as a call-in guy, I believe, and he's very, very funny. And I wanted to let him know that there's a new book out on Al Goldstein. I'm reading it right. It's called Beneath Contempt. Have you read it yet, Benny?
No, I haven't, but I'm going to throw that. I got to prove everyone I'm a reader. I'm going to throw that on the list.
I think this would be a good book to use to prove that you're illiterate.
I mean,
Yeah,
just what I heard. What I heard through the grapevine, he hasn't made it past Dr. Seuss yet.
Benny never learned to read.
He's still working on his ABCs. He's stuck at C.
And I also wanted to recommend. I'm a reader. I'm a writer. I'm writing a memoir. I wish there was a camera on me because I could show you the cover of my book. But anyway, yeah. Oh, Starletta, baby. I used to have long hair, Starletta.
Oh, really? Well, send some pictures.
Hey, I'm just gonna tell you as a caller, if you're watching this on YouTube. So I met Starletta about 3 years ago, and I had hair then, and you don't want her to have long hair. That's why I'm bald. She pulled it all out.
I know, she'll make you do that. She's crazy.
Crazy.
I might really enjoy that, actually. But anyway, I wanted to recommend a book because you guys are all comedians. Have you read a book by Sam Talent yet called Running the Light?
What is it called?
Running the Light by Sam Talent.
Okay.
That sounds familiar.
Running the what? The light?
He's out booking us right now.
Wow.
I'm gonna have
Running the Light.
He's super booking us because not only is he reading books, he's writing his own books.
So am I.
Yeah. I'm a writer. But anyway, it's got reviews by. I'm sure you know who Doug Stanhope is.
Oh, of course, yeah.
And Ron
Super
White.
Jaime.
They write rave reviews on the back cover of the book, and it's a fictional book. However, comedians really resonate if they're touring. If they're cats who are what they call road dogs, if they're on the road all the time, going to like bad gig after bad gig, looking for cocaine and everything, they love this guy. Because he tells the truth about what the life is like, and it's
The
not
life of chasing
very,
down
very funny,
cocaine.
but it's
Yeah,
very
right.
funny, but it's very dark. Yeah.
He's like,
Today on How High Can You Get?
he's like from coke to joke.
I stuck the guy's dick behind the dumpster because I needed my fix.
I needed an 8-ball, so I told him just slide in just the tip.
Have you ever eaten dumpster pizza? You get sick.
Have you ever eaten dumpster pussy?
I didn't have any lube, but I had conditioner.
Oh, God.
I can actually attest dumpster pussy is really tough.
Oh my.
Hey, a psychiatrist should never need to resort to dumpster pussy.
Come on, you're a psychiatrist.
There's that.
Flash those hundreds.
What's that? Sugarbaby.com. There's that sugar.com.
That's the worst place to pick up a chick. She's just in it for the money. She doesn't want to
Not
give
in
those
Benny's
sugar.
case. That's good for him.
If you're a doctor, it was just like unlimited resources.
See, I told you guys he has not made it past Dr. Seuss. That's why he's bringing up the doctors.
Yeah, you're like, what does it all mean, Doc? And he's
Dr.
like, well,
Seuss
hop on pop and
Dr.
cop
Seuss is
a
good
bottle
literature,
of these pills.
Yeah. What fish? Two fish? Red fish? Blue fish? It's the height of literature. In my opinion, he's one of the great poets of the 20th century. Yeah. I love Dr. Seuss.
Well, what's amazing is when he told the concept of one of his books, one of the more popular ones, I think the Green Eggs and Ham, he said it was an exercise to use no more than either 35 or 55 words repeated. So when you look at it that way, it's actually kind of a brilliant code structure that in a fractal system, of course, you could make all
What
the
was
way
that
up
word
to
you said? In a what
Ulysses,
system?
The Odious. Like think of it fractally, where it starts with Dr. Seuss and it fractals out to the Iliad. You know, it's still he's still showing the base root of
His
it with
Jew
just
side is
35.
showing.
Yeah, just that little bit of Ashkenazi just reared its head. Sorry, people. Oopsies. I did read Henry Kissinger's a few of his books.
I still have all of those books from my childhood. I never threw anything away. So I have all the LPs that I grew up with, all of the books, and all of the. Well, I collect movies too, so I have a huge collection of
Porn
VHS
is not
tapes.
movies.
Good job.
Yeah, this guy sounds like a hoarder. Jesus.
He's got Super 8 movies. He's handing out VHSs. He's writing books, and
his friend stole that Super 8.
He somehow knows about cannibal body parts being sold.
He wants body parts.
I'm a professional photographer and documentary filmmaker as well.
Oh my God! Wait.
We need a.
We need a.
Where are you located at?
I'm located in Mesa, Arizona. I'm a recent transplant from Southern California.
Oh.
Well, yeah. I think everybody in this room needs to have a conversation with you.
Uh-huh.
Well, it's funny because my book, like these people in New York are bugging me. They want to re-release a couple of my old doc. They say that there's nostalgia for the '90s. Is that right, you guys? You guys are a lot younger.
That's like what we've been up to this whole time, ever since we started the Starletta show. That's been my thing. Like when we did season 1.
90s?
The 90s.
Yeah, they're bringing the night. If you look at clothes and hair right now, history is literally repeating that. The late 80s going into the 90s is what's coming back right now.
Oh my God! Well, see, like that's why they contacted me, because I made all these big documentaries in the '90s, and so what they're doing is they're taking my old documentaries and they're restoring them and digitally remastering them so that they're now going to be 4K Blu-ray special edition box sets with my director's commentary on them. Right? How do you like that? Pretty good, right?
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, and I'm trying to channel. If you could see me right now, I'm channeling like English geezer raver in the '90s, like with a little raincoat, Louis V's, but look like maybe I'm not too trustworthy.
Wow.
There used to be now. Let's see now. Inglewood. Okay. Did you ever make any treks into Hollywood?
Yeah, actually, me growing up in California. My mom was a neurophysiologist and EEG technician, and my father was. We won't speak on what my father was. Let's just say he was in the street game.
We all know.
So, I was a pretty big socialite, the child of some. So we used to go to. My mom worked for a guy by George E. Locke, and he had a lot of parties. Some of them on boats, some of them in mansions.
Oh my God!
Me and my brothers actually. You remember the Pepsi commercial with Michael Jackson dancing on the street?
Of course. Yeah.
We actually auditioned for that. I have an Aunt Shirley who played women's basketball before it was the WNBA and was dating AC Green, so we were always at the Lakers game. I actually went to Magic Johnson's basketball camp in '86, '87, and '88.
Wow.
Yeah, I was
You
all
didn't
over.
get you didn't get invited to Neverland Ranch, right?
No, I was not invited to
Okay.
Neverland Ranch. I still
right.
have
All right.
I am still an
Okay.
ass virgin.
How
You didn't
about
drink the
Epstein
Jesus juice?
No Jesus juice.
Hey, Benny the Jew, what do you know about Epstein's Island?
About say that
Yeah,
a
Benny the
little
Jew.
lighter.
Yeah, Epstein. What?
Oh, Epstein's Island.
We shouldn't be
There-
talking.
so
we
the-
can't
yeah,
be
the
talking
boat
about that
that
on
he went to
YouTube. They'll
Manchester.
get us like crazy.
Well, yeah, we'll say he who shall not be named will say. And so the latest update on that in the conspiracy world is some
Yeah.
guys went with a drone because he has this property somewhere close in the Southwest. I forget which state. Which
It's in Florida.
is it
and there's
Florida?
graves.
So they got this
Yeah.
drone footage of. So they think he's not really dead, and he was spotted on this property,
God.
and they can't because they had people who were willing to buy the property, and the realtors are pretending to put it on the market, but not going through,
But not
with the-
selling it.
So people are like, "What's going on this one property?" And then who knows? Was it a deep fake? They got someone that looks like him. I think it was staged. Like they
Yeah.
needed a scapegoat, but he's in the Brotherhood. You know did Tupac do this? I don't know. Like is there
Tupac is dead.
Are you
Tupac's
for sure?
involved?
Look, listen.
Well, he was
Look.
probably a guest. I don't doubt, because Epstein loved to invite celebrities to his place so he could
Oh,
blackmail
Tupac
them.
definitely flew there.
Tupac.
No
Tupac
way.
was too hood for Epstein Island. You understand? Inviting Tupac means that you invited
Yeah.
my bigger twin.
Oh my
So they call me Suge Knight
Tupac would never
Jr.
go to
He's
Epstein
the
Island.
real
That's some
Suge
fucking
Knight
bullshit.
would have been there.
Well, Bill Clinton wasn't too hood for Epstein Island.
Well, Bill Clinton isn't hood. He just hung around with hood
Yeah.
people.
Dude, Bill Clinton
played
hit on
he
Paula
played his
Jones.
actor.
If you are from Little Rock, because I got family in Little Rock, so if you're from Little Rock and
Yeah.
you are a half-ass cool white guy, you're getting black pussy. So you're just in.
That's right.
I didn't know that. Okay.
Why do you think he
That's
had?
right.
Why think about it, he had a thick ass white girl under his desk sucking his dick.
Ah,
It's about
That's
as
right.
black as it gets.
He played the oh, you're right. He played the saxophone,
While he was-
and he wore
while was
sunglasses
smoking
in the
cigar.
Oval Office. Oh shit, you're right.
Exactly. He was black.
Oh
he
my
was blacker
God.
than Obama.
He was a black man in a white man's body.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Well,
who are we talking about?
We're
No.
talking about Clinton. Yeah, what's the
God.
opposite of an Oreo? If it's black on the inside and white out, do they have a cookie like
They
that?
don't have a reverse Oreo.
The cookie industry is like we're racist, but not.
We
that
just call
racist.
we just call that a blackout, aka a train, aka a night with Starletta.
Remember last night that one point that you were like, she was joking, but so many people were touching her that she was like, "Is this turning into?"
I mean,
Were we just having orgy?
she did say she wanted 4 husbands, so it'd be a good mandingo party.
Yeah.
We're different times. Like I get it. Like maybe like there's a Tuesday one, then we have like one on Thursday.
go.
Well, I have a rule. Well, never mind. YouTube doesn't need to hear my rule
Uh-oh,
about my
well,
sex. Like, no, I'm not
no.
telling it on
Oh, tell
YouTube.
me, Starletta.
No, I'm not
What's your
going
rule?
to.
Yeah.
Why not?
Now you
You're
have to
here.
know.
You
What's
already
your rule?
started.
We
Finish
want
it
the
out.
tea.
Friday
One
is
penis per moon cycle.
one penis
That's
per
at
month.
least 30 days.
So
I think.
that
30
is
days in between partners.
okay. So
solid rule.
here's
You
the
and you have if you
Well,
fuck up
after
on the first performance, you don't get called
and
back.
this is why you will never have
have to
4
look at that
husbands
Twitter
because we
calendar.
want to fuck on a regular basis.
Yeah.
Oh
was
no,
like-
that's what I'm saying. If you're not in the category, if you fuck me once and you're like, oh, just like blah 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 about it, and just or if you
So
you
then
know,
it should be 30 days from the last time you fucked to the last penis.
I know they get like a 30-day trial period. Like, and if you're one of those guys who only wants to have sex like once a week because you're busy, I'm just like, yeah, I'm gonna have somebody new fill your position.
I'm busy, but
Sorry, I have.
It's heavy.
Wouldn't he technically be filling your positions?
Well, that's what I'm saying. I mean, I don't need. I mean, how do I say?
say?
Yeah, I guess he
That
would be.
needed a sound effect after you launched that one.
She's like, I'm gonna need some new applicants.
Ah,
Hey, we are on the casting couch right now.
the casting couch.
It's a nice black leather.
That is
wait,
not me.
It
I
went,
just-
Now we're-
it went too
now we're talking
quiet.
about,
I think he's casting
Benny.
couches some of the girls that have come
Benny.
over.
Now we're talking about Harvey Weinstein.
Now we're talking about what?
Starletta, take it easy. Jesus
It
Christ.
wasn't me.
I'll have what
Pretty
she's
close, though.
having.
Oh my God.
So I put a toy in the couch and she made sure she sat right on it. So
That's why I'm so happy.
every time I press the button here, well,
Well, Starletta should have her own trademark toys. I think that'd be really good.
If I what?
Yeah.
If Starletta
Well,
what?
if I
Sex
walk
toys.
into an adult novelty store and I'm looking at all the merchandise, shouldn't there be like Starletta merchandise in the adult store? Like, for adult
Yes.
stores?
How do we make this
I
happen?
agree.
so what'll happen is I'll take you in the back room and I'm gonna have to use this. There's the stuff that I gotta slack on you,
Well, I think
It's called
I
Schlack
think
because that's
Starletta
the
would be a
sound
really
it
good
makes.
and I'm going to mold you. But in order to get a proper molding, I also have to cover myself, and we're gonna go
Are we
as
still
deep.
talking about Epstein's Island?
I gotta go as deep as you can possibly handle, so it's like a real feel.
We're definitely still talking about
Oh
Epstein's
my
Island.
god!
Are we?
Oh dear!
No, I'm just,
Or Starletta's? Never mind.
oh,
I'm joking. You said as deep as it
By
can
the way,
go.
have you ever? This guy's like, if I happen to go to an adult novelty store, when was the last time you were in an adult novelty store?
Well, in Mexico City, very recently.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay.
What
I
are
can't
the
even-
popular products?
I
Like
can't even tell you the last time I went into an adult novelty store.
I was like 18.
Oh, you should. They're all over the place. There's a really good one in Mesa, as a matter of fact.
All right.
The last one I went to was what? Fascinations in Tempe off of Elliott. Is it
Oh,
Elliott?
planning
That's like
on
a
That's what
clothing
I'm
store.
thinking
Yeah.
of. I think it was Fascinations in Tempe. Yeah, and boy, they have a lot of products there that are interesting. I was just
That's
in
where all the
there,
strippers
like,
go to get their outfits.
let's see.
I
So
was
what do
just
you have?
kinda-
Did you
yeah.
pick up a
I
pocket
didn't buy
pussy?
anything, but I was.
Do you have like fake
snooping
tits?
around. Huh?
So I went to one like 10 years ago, and
10 years
there was like, I swear to God, or like 5 years ago maybe, and I swear to God, in the back there was like a part where like guys like go to beat off or something. I don't know what it was. There
Yeah,
was
the
like
video
there
room.
was
So
like
you
a-
go in there,
Oh.
Yeah, I don't know if
Some
there's a
you
video
pay
room
money
or it
to
was-
watch porn, and then you like
It's
beat
the
off.
20 It's the
Yeah.
it's the cinema room where they have quarter movies, right?
cinema room.
You go there, you put a quarter in, and you watch a film loop and jack
Oh.
up, and they're literally booths. And it's a
Oh.
very that kind of
gross.
situation is full of like hustlers trying to suck your cock while you're watching porn. It's like that's kind of the history of adult stores from the past. I don't know if that's still. I assume that's still going on today.
Well,
Kenneth
every
Anger is a
adult
great
store that
filmmaker.
I've walked into, unfortunately, has been lacking any females. Well, I mean, there's usually one working there. They're never
No, yeah, it's all
attractive, which
guys.
is
They're
fucking
all sucking each other
horrible.
up. And the thing that the thing that will tip you off when you walk in, if it's one of those places, is that it will have a heavy smell of pine sol. Am I right?
Well, you got to keep it clean. That cleanliness is next to godliness, which is next to masturbation.
That's what they used to clean.
Yeah, I had a friend who actually was the mop boy at one of those places, and he came in there with his wife. He unloaded.
He loved his job,
all
and
his
he never
quarters
changed the
are-
water.
Have to be clean too, you know.
That's the worst job in the
I
history
would
of
quit before
mankind.
my
Jesus.
first-
Yeah, it was pretty
Pass.
low, pretty low. He works for SpaceX now for Elon Musk.
Yeah.
And, like, he's
Well, that's a
janitor there now.
prerequisite to work for SpaceX.
Wait, hold on. He's calling it SpaceX, and now Twitter's called X. Do we know any conspiracy theories
Yeah,
about
Twitter
that?
is X. X is the best. That's where I get all my news now.
Wow, so you're a big X fan, huh? Benny just
Very much so. I think
Yeah,
Elon Musk
that's
is
a
genius.
prerequisite for
Yeah.
working at
X
SpaceX.
is
oh
You have
when
to
it comes to
have come upping experience.
wow.
when it comes to my with X, what I see
Yes.
on X more than anything is porn.
Yes. Oh yeah. Well, there's no censorship. That's why. There's no censorship.
Oh, you can watch porn on X?
There's so much porn on X.
really.
Oh well, yeah.
Oh.
That makes it fun too. Yeah, of course. We all love porn, right? I mean, I'm on. Yeah, I like porn. What am I gonna?
Everybody likes porn. Yeah, I mean,
What? You guys don't like porn? You're
Oh, I
anti-porn?
love. Yeah, no, my category is love her feet. I type that in and I find everything.
Oh,
I don't understand how people have a foot
yeah, Benny the
fetish.
Jew has a foot fetish we haven't touched on yet.
Yeah,
so
and
we
my
need to
my
examine
brother
that.
has a
That's
thing. He
not
has a
there's
major
somebody
foot fetish.
After her feet. Yeah.
There's I don't understand the
Blame
the
Disney.
thing with feet.
Blame the Little Mermaid when I was 8 or so, watching her get her foot. And
There's
she
so many
sticks it
more
out the
beautiful
water.
things on a woman's
That's the
body
guy.
than her feet.
Well,
What
you
about,
know,
what
I
about
love
Cinderella,
lips
Benny?
and
Did you, was that a
necks
big
and
moment
tits
for
and
you?
We have a
butts.
we have a psychologist on here, sir. I have a
Yeah,
question
go
for
on.
you.
Yeah, this is getting
Psychiatrist.
interesting.
Psychiatrist, my bad. Okay, so what mental problems do you have to have a foot fetish?
Gemini.
I looked into this.
It's
I
called
looked
being
into this because
vegetarian.
I wanted to know. I wanted to know if I was dealing with a serial killer or not. So I was like, foot fetish. You know, is this normal, abnormal? So it's
yes.
considered a paraphilia. Paraphilia is like, you know, peeping tom, that type of stuff, right? Those are the ones that you think of normally. But foot
Podophilia.
fetish is considered, a normal fetish, like boobs, ass, or like fetishes. So
Yeah,
foot is
yeah.
on that spectrum.
Okay, well then I'm
It's
gonna
just-
ask for myself then. So I'm gonna go with my fetish. What is wrong with me if I have an admiration for extremely nice nipples and a pretty pussy?
That's
nothing,
normal.
nothing
Man,
at
a good
all.
time.
Okay, so I am normal.
All right.
You
Yeah.
are gourmet.
Okay, that's all I need to know.
Yeah, even foot
you're
fetish
what I
is
call
like
a
just
sex
slightly off the mainstream, you know? So it's not like a paraphilia, I mean, it's abnormal. Like if you go to like, you know, if you're a peeping Tom, obviously that's abnormal. If you like there's a fetish where people go up to like a woman in a park or the train station and they beat off like next to the woman in public. That's like obviously extremely abnormal, but foot fetish is not considered that abnormal.
No, it's a gourmet fetish, and I have.
Well, now I know you did not just say gourmet because feet and food don't go together. Feet and
they
vagina
do,
go
they
to.
do.
I mean, food and vagina
you-
goes together.
Oh, come on! You know,
I could
then,
do a
you
little
know,
sugar
you're
in
really
the
naive
toes.
because the foot is to
They're
be
called
put
sugar
in
babies.
the
Dip
fetish's mouth,
You get the
and
pussy,
the
dip the
toes are to be
toes in the
sucked like
sugar.
lollipops.
Wow.
And you dip the sugar in
Yes.
your mouth.
So what do you do?
And-
You eat a block of cheese while you're banging a chick? Is that what?
Yeah, he's
Yo, what
like,
the hell?
He's like, this is a nice
Feet are
Stilton.
an Epicurean. When it comes to fetishes, foot fetishes are Epicureans. They're like gourmet chefs. They know what's good, and
feet-
they know what they like, and they're very particular. Not every girl's feet are they attracted to.
Exactly.
yeah,
This
right.
precisely.
Yeah,
this
he's
Yeah.
right.
this has
I don't
went.
even have a foot fetish.
This
but that
has
makes sense.
gone way off the rails. We went from an interview to a high school sex class on how to be freaky 201.
Yeah.
To a PhD in podophilia.
And actually, I didn't know this, but if you have a foot fetish and you see a girl's foot, like a nice small little, you know, kind of nice foot, that's attractive. But if it's like if she's got a knuckle sticking out or something, that's immediately
bad.
unattractive.
Yeah.
I
Is
know.
that true?
I got that problem. I got a knuckle
And you got to
toe.
blame high-heeled shoes for that. Yeah,
What?
terrible.
So
High
that
heel
means
shoes
that
will
means when
triple
you're having your blackout, keep your socks on.
Oh. That's okay. I usually do.
I mean,
Well,
in a blackout, a sock could easily be
Starletta
taken off.
has
It's
a lot
kind
of
blacked
appeal
out.
that has nothing to do with like staring at her feet. But
Speaking
it's really
for a friend.
funny
Oh my god.
that on her show, people stalk her for her feet. It's really good, and I think it's a good part.
this
of her
true?
show.
Wait, what show?
On your show, they
Oh,
stalk you
well,
for your
no,
feet.
Benny the Jew. This is why I like Benny the Jew. I mean, for many reasons. I think I jived with him during our first conversation ever because I realized he was like a crazy conspiracy theorist. Did we talk? I don't know if we talked about it the first day, but anyways, he could talk forever, and I was like, oh, cool. I have no friends because I'm a hermit who's like works at home all the time. Like this is gonna be good. But anyways, what were we just talking about? Now we're talking about why did I bring
Well,
that up?
yeah, because I know where she was going with that. Me going on the show because a lot of my jokes have to do with my foot fetishism because it's hilarious, and so I was doing all those bits, which really got us. She would just play along and have me smell her shoes and
Yep,
do all
yep.
this stuff. So now people watching in, it is becoming a bigger running joke.
Yes.
But I mean, this
Yes,
thing,
I
like
love it.
I was at a dance floor where I saw this girl pull off her boot and for like 10, 15 minutes, her guy was smelling her boot and grinding on her.
Yeah.
So, like,
Oh
this
my
is a
God.
movement.
Yeah, see, no, that's not a
And-
movement. That is a sickness.
And the best part of the Starletta
Yeah,
show
that's very disturbing.
season 1, maybe that you're referring to if you saw season 1, it was when Benny the Jew was the delivery driver, the Uber Were you the
Oh,
Uber
yeah.
driver? And he
Like a
showed
Uber
up.
Eats driver?
Yeah, who showed up at the door because we always had someone interrupt the episode randomly. So he was the Uber delivery driver that day. And he's like, oh, Starletta, oh, you just happened to be here. And here's a manila envelope that I carry around. And then can you sign your autograph? And then he shows it to me and it's like a giant picture zoomed in on my foot. And it's even funnier because in those shoes, they're a little small. And my toes are like out at the end. And then I have like one of those, the foot, like I got like the second longer toe, whatever. I'm not super crazy
It
about
sounds
it. I wish I
German.
had like one of those like little cute.
So
little
hold on
German-
before
It's
we
a
go
German toe. I am
any
German.
further, for all of those that have a foot fetish and
The
more,
second longer toe is very desirable.
where can they find your show?
Oh, Starletta Show?
Yep.
Oh, SP. It's www.spjrit.com/starpod. That's where they can directly listen to the podcast. If you just want to see the Starletta website, you can either find it on spirit.com or you can go to spirit.com-star.
Yeah, because really, you don't have to really. All you have to do is put in spjrit.com, and you're gonna see the link. The Starletta Show. That's gonna take you over. You'll see.
So Spirit with a
merch,
J.
pod.
So it's Spirit instead of an I, it's a J.
Yes, because in Latin,
Yes.
Yeah, keep it simple,
the
guys.
J
Jeez.
used to have the I sound.
Correct.
And there's a whole
Because the J's only been around for 103
Yeah, like
years.
Well, damn, you
15th
guys,
century.
you must read books.
I watch YouTube and pretend to read books. I just go watch a YouTube video on it and then pontificate.
Hey, can we change the subject? I've got a question for Benny the Jew.
Yes.
Hit me.
Okay, I'm a conspiracy guy too.
Yes.
It's fun to talk to a fellow conspiratorialist. Now I'm really like from the very beginning. I woke up that morning on 9/11 and I saw that building coming down. Right, Well, it wasn't coming down yet, but the plane had just hit. Now, I am a big fan of implosions. Like I have a lot of videotapes of Las Vegas implosions, like where the casinos go down on their own footprint. Now, what I witnessed that day, and for the next several years,
That wasn't an explosion. That was an implosion.
is buildings the number 1, number 2, and number 7 going down on their own footprint. Now, and also the spiroclastic clouds and the what do they call that stuff? What's the name of that military grade? You know what I'm talking about? Stuff that melts steel.
C4.
Nanothermite.
C4.
Okay.
Oh yeah, because
yeah.
the beams were melted.
Yep.
Yeah, and jet fuel doesn't do that, does it? Then?
Jet fuel. So jet fuel
You guys don't know.
Jet fuel technically, in a way, can do it because it's one of the only things that will heat up. But because that they are true steel beams, and they were so melted that and the jets were nowhere close to where those beams were.
True.
It's absolutely impossible. So there's two things.
No.
Had to have
I heard
happened
the
there.
building gets so heated that it just creates this fire that can heat things up that high.
Yeah.
So.
Jet fuel doesn't do that. Sorry, buddy. What does do that is nanothermite that has been placed on all those beams over the course of about 6 months by teams of.
So that's what I was
they
going to
look
say.
like
Is
janitors
it has
walking
been
in there.
proven that they were doing so-called construction on different floors.
Yes.
And on those different floors, and the way those beams were also cut at that nice, perfect, 60-degree angle, to where they slide off into each other. That is 100% what works for a construction crew that is set for demolition. Now, here's the crazy part, and this is where things kind of come together and fall apart all at the same time.
Okay.
In order for that to happen and for them to go in and basically you're scoring those beams in such a manner to where they fall in on themselves, is to do an entire building like that, it was gonna implode on itself regardless. So what I say is there had to be something else that played a part in there in order to make it happen, which is where all the explosions come from. There were a lot of extracurricular explosions that happened. Which is where the C4 there had to be C4 involved. So not only did they score the beams, but they had to barely do it in a manner to let the building still stand. but they had to set up so many fucking explosives.
Well, they did set up explosives, yeah, and there's photographs of those explosives in big boxes. Yeah.
Yeah, and I have seen that footage too that you guys are referencing. I didn't know how many people had, which were like kind of clips of some of those crews coming in and out and what they were pushing into the buildings. It was enough to give me enough reasonable doubt where it's still an active theory. And then one thing that gets me from always the look of all of the different explosions. It was, to me, it was like, this looks like such a controlled explosion that I'm
still trying to figure out, why did Building 7 fall?
Why what?
Well, that's
Building 7. Building 7 had
Because
shit.
it was loaded the same way as Building 1 and 2.
But it was so far away,
don't know
it
that.
didn't get hit by shit.
Allegedly.
No, well, I do know that. Well, I don't. I have to say, I don't know any of this really. It's just speculation. But it sure as hell looks like an implosion when that 7 goes down, just like Caesar's Palace, or not Caesar's Palace. What are the sands?
The Flamingo.
The old Las Vegas casinos. Yeah.
I think they raised the
Fuck a Las Vegas casino. They do the shit in L.A. They do it in Louisiana. Like every building that has ever been demolished, they did it the exact.
Yeah.
You either use the big ball battering ram or you use implosion.
Yeah, and I love that footage. I have, like I say, I have a big video collection, VHS collection, that contains a lot of footage of that.
Those are
kind of
different
shit,
explosions.
you know, like-
Those are guys spilling their splooge.
Well, no, I'm not jacking off to it, but I think it's an archive, and I think that's something that's interesting to watch.
I'm just talking
that's
shit.
not one of my fetishes.
You feel right into
But
it.
I'm sure somebody out there is jacking off to it, for sure.
Well, here's what I would say. Despite all the airport security that has occurred since then, on my first comedy tour, the El Chapo Sex Robot comedy tour, we were flying to Vegas from L.A.
I don't think El Chapo
tour.
needed a sex robot.
Yeah, well, El Chapo, like cocaine and sex robot, like, you know, the modern love life is like dehumanized, that kind of. I think that's what, because my friend was really channeling some crazy stuff. That was like the logical spin I could put on it. But we were in the airport with the French bulldog, and you're supposed to have some sort of verification. No one says one thing about this bulldog till we're entering the plane, and they're like, "Where's all the paperwork and everything for the dog?" And I'm like, "What? Why don't you ask 18 fucking federal agents that we?" I was like,
Oh my
I was like,
God.
"Dude, the terrorists better not find out about bougie puppies,
you're walking
because
through
then we're
the
gonna have
door of the plane.
we're gonna have 9/11-2 freedom Frenchie." You know?
Oh my
This is
God.
my emotional. Benny's like, this is my emotional support dog.
This is my emotional explosion dog.
Oh my God.
You can't say stuff like that. Good Lord.
These are jokes. These are jokes.
You know what it looks like when you're when you're traveling. but yeah, it's everywhere now. We have a total surveillance state now that has been put in place post 9/11.
Benny, you walked through security with that dog?
Yeah, dude. Like we had to go back.
No problem.
And yeah, we were supposed to go through a process. But
So,
just
Letta,
me,
do you
just
travel
holding
with
that
your
dog
dog
and
so
walking
much?
through, they were just like, "All right, you got it. Go, go, go."
Damn. You don't see anything around here. You're good. You're good. Dang.
Yeah, so Benny the Jew,
Yes.
what's your take on 9/11 being an inside job, Benny?
Oh, yeah. So, like I said, a lot of the things that we've discussed, plus just the synchronicities of the missing paperwork that also disappeared, I think, in the Pentagon interaction.
That was
As
ridiculous,
quickly
the
as they
Pentagon,
cleaned
yeah.
up the Pentagon.
Yeah, so then how many trillions of dollars? They're like, we don't have records for.
At least $3 trillion.
Yeah. So it just, look, it
Flying Bin
it's-
Laden's sons in and out.
Oh, and then the
whole
connection. You find
family-
out the Bin
the whole
Ladens
family
are
was
like
about
hooked
to.
up with all the families. Like, so it seems like we already know about proxy wars.
Bush finding out 2 hours before it ever happened and not doing a damn thing.
Dude, but have you seen the videos where it shows what the teacher was having the kids read out
Yep,
loud on that
yep.
visit?
Yes.
What?
That is-
What
but-
is that? What is
Oh,
that?
dude,
Refresh my
Isn't that
memory.
bizarre?
Literally,
Yeah.
she's pointing at words, and it's like plane, building, like and other things that are like hinting at this. That's just too on the nose for
Yeah,
me.
that's weird.
I'm like, how do you? They're televising it. The president's there. It's
What
it's
the hell? Because
it-
is that are they like some Illuminati shit? Don't they have to like tell you before they do shit?
So it's not the fact that it's Illuminati. It's the fact. So if you
He's
haven't,
like, it's not
think
the
about it.
Illuminati.
If it's an inside job, you pretty much, and the president knows about it. You pretty much have to let him know that this is what we're about to do. And the way they did it, and the fact that it was on camera, I think that's where they really fucked up. It was on camera.
Well, you got to understand, the president has no power at all. The president is a puppet. That just basically, he's like the front man who talks to the American pubic, I call them, and like it doesn't matter if it's Trump or the other guy or Biden, they're all just like puppets. And,
Well, I always say this: president is the pubic hair. It's the actual dicks that do all the hard work, but you don't never see them because they're hiding inside the pussy.
Well, okay, but throughout history, it's always been the haves versus the have-nots. It's not right versus left. It's up and down, not left and right. So
Well, yeah, it's always
got to
gonna be that.
understand that it's the haves versus the have-nots, and I'm one of the have-nots. I didn't grow up rich. I wish I did. God knows, I'd be first in line booking that that ride to Epstein's Island, no doubt. I want to go there. But the thing is, it's the haves versus the have-nots, and so the whole thing about Democrats versus Republicans is a dumb show for the American public to make them think that voting makes a difference. What do you say to that, Benny the Jew?
Oh yeah, I would agree with you. Look, the Republic of throughout history is always represented with an eagle, even 2,000 years ago. And the eagle has the left wing and the right wing. Both wings are controlled by a central processing unit, and and then within that control structure, of course, you have what is known as the deep state, which is just the network of people who figured out how to make a legacy of staying in certain mid-level positions, just safe enough to endure assassination. It's all to keep you into the center.
No, it's all a cover up to keep you shrouded in stupidity.
Yeah. So listen to
because as human beings, the moment you say I'm with the left, well, I'm with the right. Like it's going to create that constant. I mean, it's like, again, I'm from the hood. You got Bloods and fucking Crips. What the fuck are y'all fighting about? A color? Like, you're killing each other for no fucking reason. Like, it's stupid. It's the dumbest fucking thing. You got a real ass family you ain't finna die for, but you're gonna go die for this dumb fuck because y'all decide to wear the same color every goddamn day. Which that's another thing too. Where's the fashion statement?
And analyze the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag and to the republic for which it stands. So people don't understand there are two levels of government. There is the republic that is operating in kind of a clandestine operation, and then you have the democratic socialistic state, the United States, operating. But what people assume is they have the same constitutional rights as a member of the republic. Now, I don't know exactly, that's where I lose it, but I believe that like higher level politicians and CEOs must be indoctrinated officially into a more republic part of this facade. So every state you go to, you'll notice that there's two entities in the same building. There's the office, like the state of Arizona, and then I believe it's like Arizona State. And this is directly correlated to the republic. And now, so think republic, think a little more closer to the Civil War and Revolutionary War of who was writing those papers and for whom. And then they added on to take away chains from slavery and you have a better proletariat who doesn't think he's a slave. So they enslaved it with a system, the perception of democratic socialism, which is really just, a classist war between who has enough money to pay for their point of view to be represented.
And I will take that to the next level because
do it.
The new
I thought I stumped you.
The new slavery today is what they now call feminism. Because they were smart enough to talk women into actually joining a workforce that there was never in the first place. So you doubled your workforce under the guise of equality in order to create inflation to where we are today, which has made the rich richer faster than anything.
They're
Well,
playing us like
wait a minute.
fools.
At this point, let's have Starletta give us her views on feminism and like her
What a
role
good
as a
segue.
woman.
My views on what? Feminism and what?
Like what he just said.
And what?
Well, and like, do you think that feminism is a tool to use you as a slave, to make you a worker?
Hell
to get you
yeah.
out of the-
Why do you think
instead of being a nice housewife who will give her husband head when he comes home from work after giving him dinner and bringing him a beer, like, and then offering all 3 holes to him, like a good country girl, a good horse-fed dame.
Well, she wants 4 husbands, so she's
now a lot of men will say, well, God, that's a real woman who will do that. Well, then now there's another perspective, I think, that used to be called feminism. Now I'm curious, and this is more of a question not for Starletta, because we kind of know where she stands, but for what's your real name, Starletta?
Alex.
Yeah, what does Alex say about this whole this whole? Do you think that feminism is a political construct to enslave you?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I think everything that we focus on as humans that separates us and that has a label enslaves us because it keeps us in a box. So yeah.
I mean, if you really think about, let's talk about slavery as a whole. You've created a situation or a world where women today, called being a wife, taking care of your family, being at home, they call that slavery today. But you got single moms raising kids on their own, going to work, paying all the bills, gotta cook, gotta clean, do all these things by themselves. That is not considered slavery. But having a whole ass husband that actually went to work so you could do all the other shit is considered slavery. Like the reverse psychology that is used on women, and so many have bought into that, is, to me, it's probably, it's so hilarious. And you would just,
You're right. I
the
think you're
the
absolutely
lack
right.
the lack of consciousness to buy into that itself is idiotic.
Yeah.
Well, it's like giving women the right to smoke, giving women the right to vote. Remember all of that?
Yes.
That all happened. The suffragette movement. Remember that?
And
that was
women's
all
suffrage.
That was all a
JK.
political manipulation of women. And like now they want them all to go to where the fuck is that place next to Russia and fight for the fucking Ukrainians.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
Now women are dying on the front lines in the Ukraine. Like in what war? Like fuck. Like,
Well, they're also
Oh
talking
my
about
God.
drafting women for the first time ever,
Yeah.
and women haven't even paid attention. Like, and that's the thing. They're so stuck watching the Kardashians that they don't even realize that laws are being passed that's putting them in the selective service. And women between the ages of 18 or 27 are about to be drafted. If World War III happens, women are 100% about to be drafted.
Oh my God.
No, but say what you want about the Kardashians. I was analyzing it, and after watching it all this last week again, I was like, this is actually the most like Christian, not Christian in the sense of like loving, family oriented group of people I've ever seen. Like,
I know, because your mom
somebody...
sells you into porn and makes you a billionaire.
Oh, well, besides that point, but I think they want the G-Wagons. I think they want, like...
That's the illusion. No, every girl...
Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Oh, no. Oh, nothing. I was going to say something stupid. I was just going to say, they're just giving girls hope that they can release a sex tape and become famous. I doubt everyone that releases a sex tape or starts an OnlyFans is going to make $100,000 or $1 million or whatever. You got to promote that shit, just like everything else we do here. And the algorithms are against us. So now you're just selling your pussy for free, and that's how else they're enslaving us. All right?
You sound like you're giving a speech in the Fight Club. You're like, they told us we would have been movie stars. We We were gonna be rock stars, but they lied.
No, it appeals to oh, Starletta. I mean, Alex.
Yes.
Why is it, Alex? You gotta tell me something here from your perspective. Like, what is the deal with women on social media being so goddamn good at Photoshop? And like,
Yeah.
So, no, that
Yeah,
so
they're
you're,
Oh my.
experts. I
it's
agree.
it's not Photoshop. That's just those are filters.
Yes.
or applications and filters. Like what's that all
Yeah.
about?
Well,
I mean,
okay, so
Alex?
you should actually the answer to that is actually easy. When you
Okay,
think
tell me.
about a home and who decorates the home, the woman usually does it 10 times better than women have a totally different eye. So when they're sitting there, because what happens is, like, if we give Starletta her phone right now, say, hey, start taking pictures. She's going to take 100 of the same things, but she's going to go through those 100 and she's going to pick the best picture with that 1 millimeter of lighting that made everything just look absolutely amazing. And then she's
Yeah.
dressing it up.
Yeah.
So
Well, Starletta to me is one of my. See, I'm a connoisseur of cinema, and I think what Starletta does with cinema is masterful. I really think of her as a great filmmaker, and I don't think people see that. They see the silly character. She's coming on like she's dumb and all that, but she's really shrewd, and she's a great filmmaker, and I really like what she does. Like I watch that show, and I watch every episode, and it's always so good. And all of the people that she enlists to be the characters or the kind of the what would you call them in a comedy team? The who's the funny guy and the straight man? Well, she's like the straight man to all these like funny guys too, like Benny the Jew and you and the foot fetish guy. Like I keep what's your name, podcaster? I keep forgetting.
So I'm
The
Bailey.
guy from
I'm Bailey.
what's your name?
Bailey.
You're great too, Bailey. And I think that all of the people that circle Starletta are really interesting, talented people. And she's got this team of people and she's so shrewd at editing and making these little films. And she's very, very discerning. Like you say, she's very discerning about, she's a really ruthless cutter. And that's what you have to be. You have to be a ruthless editor when you make a good film or a film that appeals to a great deal of people. She understands how to push people's buttons, and so she's really shrewd. And those appearances by Gary Busey slay me every time Gary Busey comes on. I almost die of a heart attack from
Bottled
laughter
sausage.
because that guy is so friggin' funny. And Gary Busey, I've always been a big fan of Gary Busey, like before and after his horrible accident. I think he's a brilliant actor, and he's also brilliant like post surgery too. He's still really funny. But
he's
anyway.
hilarious.
Oh my.
So this is what we're gonna do, especially since we got a psychiatrist on the show.
Oh hell yeah.
I actually most recently did a post on Facebook since we were talking about the Kardashians and the lifestyle. Okay, so I'm gonna read this, and I want to hear from our in-house psychiatrist right now, and then especially from the lady on the couch.
Yes.
The thought process on this, okay? All right, it says, what I see missing in today's post about relationships, love, family, and building is the work. It's all about the money and the trips. No one speaks of family. No one speaks on actually being able to speak life into their partner. Do you even know what the struggle is in a relationship and you're truly pushing to make it work? All you talk about is the good shit, the bullshit goals of what you get. That's not even reality. Telling me what the car note is. Can you tell me what the car note is on 2 matching G-Wagons, an 8,000 square foot home in the picture, and that utility bill and the taxes that need to be paid on it yearly? Stupid NBA players chase that dream with silly women and end up broke as fuck. Hundreds of millions gone. A life of leisure traveling with 5-star restaurants and hotels you'd easily spend $1 million a year on. What business do you have, or what business plan do you have that's going to fund that? Also, why haven't you already started on that plan on your own? This lifestyle doesn't exist. Kim K doesn't do the bullshit you swear you deserve, and she's a billionaire who was married to a billionaire and doesn't do that dumb shit you motherfuckers on Facebook call relationship goals. You're single and living like the rest of us. Your reality is your life, and no motherfucker's just waiting to save you and give you a life where you dictate shit. It's not real. That man is disciplined as fuck, and how he got there, and he isn't tricking on trips and matching cars, let alone trash-ass G-Wagons or anything else in pics. You're a regular-ass female / man living regular lives. You want more? Get out there and work for it. Marriage isn't a lifestyle of luxury. It's hard fucking work, and it's meant to last for life. If you don't see it as something is wrong with you. Movies aren't real, and neither is what you see on TV. Psychiatrist first.
Well, I think that. I'm not a psychiatrist.
Almost.
Well, I agree. It's all bullshit. I mean, if you look at Instagram and all these apps, I mean, people also that are, even if you have money or you don't. I mean, for example, I have a little bit of money. You know, I'm not gonna go crazy, but like people with money don't do that. Like, it's all bullshit. It's all a show. So like, if somebody's putting stuff on Instagram showing their car or this or that, like, they usually don't have it in general. Like, so a lot of that stuff, you know, you find out it's fake after the fact, right? That's people just trying to feel better about their ordinary life, or they're trying to have something they don't want. It's a form of narcissism. Like, there's a theory called, if you Google it, narcissistic supply, which is like, basically, if you're not feeling good about yourself, or you're not very self-confident or whatever, you're going to look for things to boost your ego, right? That's not necessarily an abnormal thing, but yeah, all this stuff on Instagram, all these apps, it just invites more and more of that, you know, one person, and then one person feels bad that somebody else has like a better car or whatever it is, and then that person's feel bad, so they're going to pretend they have a better or whatever it is, you know, and it's just it's a fruitless thing to even be trying to do, you know. It just leads to unhappiness, and that's why you see a lot of people that are, you know, they might have this, you know, this facade or this fake light that they live, and they're truly unhappy. So that's all I got to say about that.
And then Alex?
Oh, let's see. Thoughts about marriage and relationships and all that. I don't know. I'm not like, I think Hollywood and all the movies have sold, especially women, on this idea that there's like one person that's meant for you, and you should spend your whole life looking for the one, and you'll be complete when you meet the one, and you'll, you know, all this. And I personally kind of chased that idea for a really long time, just like a really long time, just to have the same experience over and over and over and over and over again. And now I'm in a space where I had to train myself I had to deprogram myself or reprogram myself or whatever you want to call it, where I'm like, you know what? Like, why do I want that so bad? Why am I sold on this idea that like my life's going to get better if I meet one person? Also, the other thing I realized, like, I think a lot of resentment in relationships comes from the fact that we're in this world where, especially with cell phones and Instagram, like, you have options. Like, everybody has options, whether that's the porn stars that you worship, or that's, you know, the guys on your DMs and, you know, saying, oh, you look cute, or let me heart this. Cause, you know, like, even if you're in a relationship, I'm sure we all have those like one or two people.
The attention is amazing.
Yeah. So it's like, people, I think, Tinder also just kind of like sets us up for people to feel disposable, and then also people are focused on the wrong things, like, let me flash you like my money, and or like lead with that stuff. When what? Sorry, what? Did I hear something?
You're talking to yourself.
Okay, I thought I heard somebody interrupt.
You don't even have headphones on.
I know, right? No, but like, people are leading with the wrong things, and then if you don't know who you are authentically, or like you're not brave enough to like stand in your personal truth and like proud of who you are and like open about who you are, then you're also going to attract somebody who's also not, you know, secure in who they are. So then it's like two people who are like not quite whole on their own coming together, and now we're addicted to each other because sex, right? Sex is amazing, and endorphins, and unless it's like a one night thing. But I mean, you say you like having sex with that person, then you stay with them. Now you're stuck in a toxic trauma bond, and then your life and all of your
But
goals
it's a
get sucked
toxic,
away.
pleasurable trauma bond. Because you're
Yes.
addicted to the endorphins that you get from the sex, but you hate the
Yes.
the psychological aspect of the emotional attachment that fucking sucks when you're being treated like shit.
Yep.
So treat me like shit, but fuck me good.
Yeah, I used to play the game. I'm not like super into that anymore. And I'm glad, like, for me, I just had to kind of like train myself or like to really think about it and sit with it and reflect on like this whole idea of marriage and stuff, especially being 36 and as a woman in this world. I feel like, you know, especially going to family gatherings, like, thank God for COVID, because now I don't have to like go to Christmas. I mean, I love my big family, but I'm just saying, like, for years in my 30s, it was like the question every
Where's
aunt and
the
uncle wants to know: when
man
are
when
you
you
getting
have-
married?
When did you graduate yet? What's your degree? When do you, like when's your husband
would
coming?
I'm like,
literally
that
be
is
like,
not
why the
the end
fuck do
all
you
be.
think I should be
What?
married?
What?
I would literally be like, why the fuck do you think I should be married? Like, fuck you.
Well, I
Like,
know.
it's
I'm
almost
like-
Well, so
so
that's also the world we live in where think about that. Like when you go to your family's parties, the first thing they ask the woman is, are you married? Do you have children?
Yeah.
Right? That is
No,
that is the pinnacle of your life. When we walk into the party, it's what's your career? What do you do? And the more we accomplish and achieve, that is considered the pinnacle of our life. So it's like when you look at that and you look at the psychology behind the world that we live in, like the way it's worded right now and the way it's thrown on us right now, it's not even meant for us to be together. It's meant for us to just accomplish these different things that don't mean shit. So women are going out having kids just so people will stop asking, like, do you have children? whether they keep the baby daddy or not.
Exactly.
And then like marriage is just like not even an option anymore.
Yeah. And it's like people are doing it just because they feel like they need to check the box off. And that's like a whole different conversation because
We lost one of our people on the phone. Who's still here?
I'm here.
I'm here.
Oh, maybe
Okay,
there was a
alright.
third one the whole time we didn't
maybe
know.
Joey was sneaking about, lurking.
Yeah, there was a third one in a while. Who knows? I did hear it call in, but I don't know. I think it's just
Can you
like
hear me?
a byproduct of the world that we live in, and just people in general, just like not being like. There's so many things to distract us. So like we're all being programmed by like what we watch, and if you don't take time to, this is my personal opinion, I may be wrong, but I'm just saying, if I personally don't take time to meditate, it's like I'm at the mercy of like whatever I'm seeing on TV, whatever shit is popping up on my cell phone, whatever this guy says to me and makes me think, whatever I'm observing on TV or in other relationships. And it just like programs people to like think, I don't know, just like to be a sheeple, like to do what everybody else is doing. You know what I mean? Without really like how many people are actually questioning, like, am I doing these things because like it makes me feel happy because my heart is like excited about it?
So that's kind of like why I do couples therapy, and I bring couples on here to actually highlight what their like real life relationships, and not only that, the good part, because well, when you get on social media, all they talk about is the negative parts, and he's controlling, and she doesn't let me go out, and it's like that's not actual real relationships. They're selling you that shit, but in like real life, people aren't going through that on a regular basis. And it's what's even harder is the fact that people getting couples to come be on the show is amazing, but it's hard as fuck.
Oh, I can imagine. Yeah.
That's what she said. Sorry.
Like, who wants to air their dirty laundry, you know?
Well, and the thing is, and the crazy part about it is not really about airing your dirty laundry. It's like, where did you meet? How did you meet? How did you fall in love? What's it like being married? What's it like being in your relationship, etc.?
He's like, well, I like her, but she doesn't air out my dirty laundry.
Literally.
I do my own clothes.
Oh my God.
I have a question for Alex.
Yes.
Have you ever read one of those popular? They used to see them in drugstores, like on a rack. It's called a romance novel. You ever read any of those?
I don't think I've ever. Oh, I've read excerpts. I don't think I ever could stomach a full book.
Yeah, me too. It's like they're hard to get through, but I've been told now that they're all basically the same scenario.
Yeah.
It's like a template.
Is that right? Is that right? Yeah. That the woman that the story is told choices. There are like all these roads that she can go down, and but the one that she ends up on is the one that leads her to the prince, the money elite
The
fellow,
knight in
like
shining. It's always the knight in shining armor version.
the knight in shining armor. Yeah, the guy he's always wealthy, and and he lives the life of Riley, and she knows that she'll be well taken care of, and she lives happily ever after.
I mean, even look at 50 Shades of Grey.
Yeah.
Basically, she allows a billionaire to beat the fuck out of her for sexual pleasures.
Yeah, that's
Well,
talk about programming.
Hey, you ladies, this is what you want. This is what the men want from you. Everybody watch 50 Shades of Grey. Yeah, it's so hot.
I'm just kidding.
Yeah, that was an extremely popular book. And can you speak to that one? Did you read that one, Alex?
No, I never saw that movie or read it. I know of it, and I've seen the scenes. I couldn't get behind. Nothing against the people they casted, but I don't know. I just wasn't.
She's not even cute.
What?
That's my thing
It
is,
didn't
she
seem
wasn't
authentic,
yeah,
right?
She didn't if I'm in his position, I'm going for a much hotter chick.
Like Scarlett Johansson. Who else? Megan Fox.
Fuck you, good lord. She didn't even have any ass. She was just like he was fucking a little boy.
Yeah, I hate to say it. It seemed like an odd pair to cast.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
They did a horrible job.
And I don't like when actors don't have great natural chemistry. And I didn't watch enough of it to see if they actually had chemistry, but it's not that they're bad actors.
It was literally a movie. No, it's literally a movie. And it was a bad movie to me.
Did you see a movie called Secretary? I think was the name of it.
I have not.
I've never heard of it.
You know what I'm talking about?
I saw it. Yeah, with
it had a similar theme, but it was more James. Was it James Spader? Was he the actor?
Gyllenhaal, Maggie Gyllenhaal. Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah. And she was really terrific, but she plays a masochistic woman who gets together with a sadistic man.
Or she becomes masochistic. Yeah, she becomes masochistic.
Yeah. But that predates Shades of Grey, and I thought it was. I didn't really care for it too much. I saw it. The acting was all really terrific, but it didn't, move me in any.
If I am the director of the new 50 Shades of Grey, I'm probably going back about 15 years. I'm doing Antonio Banderas and Selma Hayek.
Oh hell yeah!
Because that would make way more sense. And they made a great couple in Desperado, and they had great chemistry. And there's not a man in this world that doesn't want to fuck Selma Hayek even today.
Well, how about this chemistry? Salma Hayek and Quentin Tarantino living out his foot fetish fantasy.
Oh, Benny's just got a hard on. I can feel it from here.
Now, see,
my hard on just hit the mic.
Now, Quentin Tarantino.
Does Quentin Tarantino have a foot fetish also?
Oh, he has a crazy foot fetish.
Oh, I didn't know that. Okay.
He can be the executive. He can be the executive producer.
That's why I market myself as the Tarantino of comedy. I'm Benny the Jew.
So.
And for the record, Quentin Tarantino looks much creepier than Benny the Jew, by the way. Just
oh yeah, he's very.
Hey,
creepy.
your words, not mine.
He's got this Jay Leno chin, and these beady eyes. And, well, I knew him. Yeah. I used to rent videotapes from him in Manhattan Beach.
What's the guy that was in the movie Evil Dead?
No, the movie is called Dusk Till Dawn.
No. There's a movie called Evil Dead.
Friend,
the guy that's in that is
Evil Dead. Yeah,
Bruce Campbell. So if you take Bruce Campbell from the nose up and Jay Leno from the nose down, that's Quentin Tarantino.
Well, I think Bruce Campbell is actually a handsome dude. Tarantino. Well, see, the Tarantino is kind of for me, is hot and cold. I think he's overrated. I think he's got way too many. He's got a very cult-like fan, just like David Lynch does. I think he's overrated too. I think that their ideas kind of dried up years ago, and they're still kind of banking on their reputation as some kind of.
But it's so easy to be an intelligent cinema like admirer and just throw out like, oh yes, David Lynch is so and so and what and what. You never really quite understand these things, so it's so easy to just kind of fake your way into it. Like I really understood what he was going for with the colors and the quietness. Like that's why because people want to be cool, and for some reason David Lynch, he made that marketing that it's weird and it's cool. Now here's the thing, how he wrapped up Twin Peaks, where it married the concept with like modern day film technique and editing. That was wild. I would say and I never realized that the entire thing, like the mystery of the blue rose, etc., and their whole world inside of it. Dude, David Lynch was actually exploring secret societies. I saw clips of Freemason lodges in the newer episode. It would pan by the Freemason lodge symbol, and if you explore into it. Besides, the messages of incest but it talks about, because the agent is this FBI agent that is looking after these blue rose mysteries. And just in the conspiracy world, like if you analyze like Project Bluebeam, Project Blue something else, there's a few blues.
Blue Steel.
So that is where I actually geek out a little in there when I realized, oh shit, because he had scenes of this psychedelic kind of mind warping, like hypnotic scene. I just realized that it was almost like like that film itself made so little sense that I mean the whole TV series, that it was really an MK Ultra like programming device meant for certain people, and when they would get activated by this sound or this noise. That's how nuts. So in that way, I appreciate that a little.
Well, that very well could be. Now that brings up the color blue, which ties into this thing, these Maui fires. Betty, that you must have studied this conspiracies involved.
Here's speaking of the Freemasons,
but those aren't conspiracy. What happened in Maui is not a conspiracy. The government's been trying to get that exact same properties off of the locals for years. And the locals have consistently turned them down over and over and over and over and over again. So what's the fastest way to get people to get rid of their shit? Burn it down.
Burn it. How fucked up.
But what's weird is what he's talking about, the blue color, because all the buildings painted the certain color blue didn't burn down. That happens to be the same color blue. And I'm not saying there's a correlation. But what I thought was weird was seeing the Freemason buildings and seeing like a whole compound of Freemason buildings with that same blue color, and then looking over at Hawaii at that. So that's strange to me. It's like, is that a color coding system so they know not to burn it?
Well, some of those buildings were already bought by the government. So yes, that's actually true.
Okay, so they wanted to market out what not to burn, perhaps?
So it was...
Scientology is into the color blue as well.
Really?
What? Oh, yes.
Well, a lot of things are into the color blue. Like this, my studio right now is blue. Blue is the color of peace, tranquility, and calmness.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's very calm and tranquil.
So doing blue is just a common theme of a lot, anything, most things religion.
Well, and
Benny,
blue is also...
Benny, you know what the nickname for the Scientology headquarters in Hollywood is, don't you?
Let's see, the Hollywood one, because I've been watching SPTV lately.
Yeah.
I'm forgetting, but he references it all the time.
Yeah, but all the cats at Scientology, all the upper echelon, 33-degree Scientologists, they call that building Big Blue. That's the name of it. Big Blue.
Yeah, it is that color blue, isn't it?
So what was Alex going to say about the color blue?
Yeah.
Oh, I was just going to say, I always think of colors in terms of like the auric field and the chakras, and blues are your third eye, Illuminati.
Yeah.
Eye in a triangle, anyone? Also, my aura is indigo. Have you guys heard of indigo children?
It's very deep, Starletta.
Yes, I'm a indigo. I had my aura read at a psychic fair. It is confirmed.
Alex, you're really phenomenal, and you have it's two sides of this coin. like one side is, or like I don't know, like how do you see the archetypes of Starletta and then Alex? Like you're two different. You're like this double-headed. I don't know what you are. Like it's interesting because you have these two. You're this double nature. That's interesting to me.
Thank
But anyway,
you. I can explain that with astrology. I'm a Sagittarius rising, which means Gemini is on my descendant, and Gemini is the twins. So it's like two personalities. Also, I always refer to Starletta as like it's like the parts of my ego that I reject. It like amplified. It's like little bits of truth that I'm like, how can I amp this up like a lot? Or also when I'm coming up or when I'm channeling Starletta and I'm like in the zone, I also get a lot of my inspiration from her from like observing other people's behavior and being like, are these like, because I'm baffled by human behavior all the time. I feel like I'm like a very peaceful person too, and I don't like I don't know. It never crosses my mind like naturally to like want to cause harm or anything like that to anybody. But I see these people out here and I understand that like in psychology, like hurt people. A lot of it is happening unconsciously and blah, blah, blah. But still human behavior baffles me. So a lot of my inspiration is based on like, these people are motherfucking serious. And I'm like, oh, that would actually be funny as a Starletta joke. And it's a good way for me to like vent about my own trauma, which I noticed that's what all comedians like as comedians, I think that's what we like to do. Is vent about our trauma. Huh?
And if you're doing
bits
about,
in fact, that's what makes are you familiar with this guy David Sedaris, the writer?
oh, that sounds familiar.
No, Amy Sedaris.
It's Amy Sedaris' brother.
Oh,
It's their gay brother, and he's a New York Times best-selling author, and he's a real. You would get I think all you guys would get a real big bang out of him because he's really funny, and he teaches a master class in writing. And before I started writing my memoir, I was like really intimidated because I know a lot of smart people. Like I surround myself with people who are a lot smarter than I am, you know. And so but it can be intimidating for a guy like me, like to be surrounded by great writers. It's like, oh shit, I can't do anything like up to that level. Well, he really kind of unlocked in me my creativity in terms of writing, because I've always wanted to write. I'm a big reader. And I've always admired great authors. And but David Sedaris teaches a master class, and I took it. I enrolled in that thing, masterclass.com, whatever the F that is. And then you pay a fee, and you get to see everybody's master class. Well, I did his master class on writing. And my takeaway from him is what you're saying, Alex, is that the painful and the shameful and the things that embarrassed you in the past, like or that were really painful, those are the best stories. That's what you need to write stories about.
yes.
And it's like because that's what people relate to. And it's like he says he credits his fame and like his power as a New York Times best-selling author on the fact that he concentrates just on that. Like what is it that makes him uncomfortable? That's what he'll write about. And like that's what's funny. And it's like I want to ask all you guys, like, because you're professional comics, like, is that the source of your comedy as pain and like shame and like all these things that embarrass you? And is that like a deep well of like a material for you guys?
I can definitely answer that. Yes. Did I tell you guys I spent like 7 years in AA and 12-step recovery meetings and CODA meetings. That's for Codependence Anonymous, and Al-Anon, which is for Partners of Alcoholics. I've had like, like so much trauma as far as addiction, whether that's in my... I know. Whether dumpster fire, whether that's in my family or people I've dated or me or whatever. But I think the best people do, and I think like the trauma, like, oh yeah, that's how I feel about trauma too. Like some people stay stuck there, but I think like I don't know, most people I met who are just free thinkers or free spirited or just like more highly, I don't even know how to say it other than like they're more enlightened than your average human. Like a lot of those people that enlightenment is birthed from all of those contrasting experiences. Yes, exactly.
It sounds like you have PTSD post-traumatic sex disorder.
Well, that was another one of my addictions, Benny. I hope my family's not watching.
You caused this. That's what the psychologists say. It's your fault. You're right. Maybe you should have been around more in my childhood.
Well, I actually have a little insight into this. I don't know if anyone wants to hear
Yes,
it,
of
but
course.
From
Take
my
it.
experience, I've been doing this psychiatry for 20 years probably, and what I always like just talk normally because it's easier for people to understand. But basically, what I find is everybody's like families like. You always have the family member. Everybody's family is a little bit fucked up, So I think when people talk about their problems or their trauma or whatever they've been through, like anybody can relate. And I think if somebody says they can't or they act like whatever, they're bullshitting, The other thing I would say is, I've seen people that have been through therapy or been through whatever, and they're always more normal than the people that haven't, So when I see somebody who's been through that, it's always impressive to me. And they just, it's better than the person that hasn't been through that or hasn't been through therapy or whatever, and they're still acting completely fucked up, or they have unresolved issues. So, like I think that you were asking earlier, people have like the best thing anybody can do, I think, is if you're having problems or whatever they are, is go see, if you, I don't know, I can't say this 100%, but I've just seen people that have had issues, and when they go through therapy, they're usually a lot better.
Here's a question.
And then the other,
Are you willing to be on camera?
sure.
I need you on the show.
Woo! That's what we've been trying to pull him out of the show.
I need you on the show.
One more thing I was going to say, when you use humor, so there's things called there's a good defense mechanism, right? There are good and bad ones. You can just Google it. But yeah, it's like some of the good ones are using humor. Is I think everybody realizes that it's an easy thing to say. But yeah, when you use humor as a defense mechanism, that's a positive, not a negative. So any comedian that does make fun of themselves or does use humor to describe a bad situation, that's not a bad thing.
Yeah.
That's a healthy thing.
Yeah.
Healthy coping mechanism.
And
to altruism,
specifically
humor, or forget the other ones.
Okay, so hold on, psychiatrist, do you have an Instagram?
Over here, over there. Okay.
Yeah, but I don't use it, so I wouldn't even give it out, to be honest.
Okay, so the number that you called in on, I'm gonna ask that you text it, please.
Oh, I get it.
Wait, say it again?
The number that you called in on, the one that you're talking live on right now.
Text that number. Okay, yeah, I'll text you. Text you.
Text that number. I'm definitely gonna have you on the show.
Yay!
Okay. All right.
We'll be calling
on
in.
the show.
Yeah, and so for for his podcast, Hard Talk with Dr. X and Benny, I'm like a sidekick. I'm like his Beetlejuice in there. But we've been wanting more
he's a
like
hybrid
entertainment
probably.
girls. So like
OnlyFans.
yeah, so we could like really pick their brain with the psychiatrist, and I
Their
can
brain.
like smell their shoes or something. I don't know, whatever
Look at their
Beetlejuice would
titties.
do.
When you say Beetlejuice, is it the Howard Stern Beetlejuice?
Yes.
Or the,
Absolutely, yeah. But well, Benny the Jew's a little short too, so yeah.
Short.
Well, I'm gonna say this turned out to be a great show.
I really did.
We're definitely
L'chaim.
doing this again.
Woohoo!
I'm down, and I wish you guys on the phone could see the setup here because I haven't seen anyone with a video setup that's going on here. This is I'm manifesting this.
Hey, speaking of manifesting and synchronicities, Benny, did you notice who's watching us? And isn't this funny that we made a video with one of these the other day?
Grogu.
Yeah, we'll send you the video so you could see it. She held him up like Lion King, saying, "One day, this will be yours, Grogu."
The funny part is, I bought that damn thing for my son because he's dying to have it for Christmas. That was what, COVID year?
Yeah.
And you couldn't find them anywhere. Clearly, my black ass found one and also spent out the ass to get that motherfucker because they was overpriced.
Oh man.
This his ass touched this thing like 3 times. That bitch is brand new. You see the remote sitting right next to it?
Oh, of
He
course.
still talks, walks, does everything. He's brand new. So he's actually my co-host.
Oh, I didn't even know it was automated.
Yeah.
Because I have one that's just a doll. My daughter, during that same time, my daughter went, but of course she's so young, she just says Baby Yoda. She went through that phase, and I got her like a squishmallow and a thing like that, and a blanket, and she's grown out of it because she's, getting older. But I actually inherited those pieces as well. So Benny the Jew loves it when I can spend money, and that's a twofer. Like I got a good gift. Got that out of it, and now I own something dope. Like my ROIs are going up. We're above 13%, people.
Can I just say one thing?
Go
I
ahead.
want to hear more about Benny's foot fetish and sex chops than conspiracy
Well,
theories.
speaking of 50 Shades of Grey,
Nobody wants to talk 9/11 conspiracy theories. Okay, Jesus Christ.
Only the other 3 of us.
yeah, I'm not trying to get Epstein over here.
sure.
Yeah, I know, right?
9/11 was done and over.
Yeah, he's going
Done and over
Wait,
with.
can
So
I-
look,
can I just
had
say
a,
one thing?
crazy part is I had
Can
a
I say one thing
son
about that? Go ahead.
who was being born in September. Okay, and I prayed every fucking day. Please don't let this little nigga be born on 9/11. He was born on 9/12.
So close.
But wait, I just want to say one thing about conspiracy theories, just so you guys know, and this might interest you. The reason people come up with conspiracy theories is because they have trouble acknowledging that something horrible could happen. So you'll see it around shootings or September 11th or anything like a school shooting. And it's the reason that the people are attracted to it and come up with it is because all of those people they have trouble thinking that something like that could be real. So they have to come up with a reason why it didn't actually happen. So that's why
I don't know.
that's true. That's the
Classic
psychological.
baby.
Just look it up. That's the psychological reason that people are attracted to it. You may be unconscious for you. I'm not saying you have it or anybody that believes conspiracy theories, but at least it's not 100%. It's not 100%. I'm just saying
a gross generalization.
it's a gross generalization, but it helps understand why a lot of these things exist. Because to be honest, they conspiracy theories it's too much for me.
I mean, it's like an asshole. Everybody's got one.
No, there are real.
Exactly.
The thing is about conspiracy theories is that there are real conspiracies. Like
there are, of course, yeah.
Like the JFK assassination, for instance. Oswald did not shoot John F. Kennedy. Sirhan did not shoot Bobby Kennedy.
How do you know that, though?
Those were real deep state conspiracies.
Maybe.
The central, no, not maybe. It's all documented. The Central Intelligence Agency was responsible for both of their deaths, and it's well documented. There are books that you can read and do your own research and find out. But the best guy the guy that's running for president right now. Bobby Kennedy Jr. is a big whistleblower, and he's talking about that to any podcaster who will listen to him. He's telling them who killed his father, and he got to the
well, if he's smart, he'll shut up because that's why his father got killed.
I was gonna say if Bobby Jr. ends up dead, we're gonna have a little more conclusive. This is you start to notice a modus operandi.
Yeah.
Well, no, you don't, because everything is told in plain sight. Like the guy was saying about his blue theory, Benny the Jew with the blues. It's true. It's like everything is spoken about. It's all out there. All you got to do is do your research. That's all.
And I would say I'm not an expert, so no one listen to me. I've got some ideas cooked in my head, but I can't verify.
And his head is already clearly warped because his eyes go straight to the feet.
That's
Oh
why.
my god, that was so
what I
good. What a
thought.
singer. Dang, this is good.
But yeah, speaking of 50
Benny the
Shades
Jew
of...
is not the greatest source in the world. Okay, that's all I gotta say.
Well,
Yeah.
there are two Bennies. There's Big Benny and there's Little Benny. And like the danger.
And
the
there's Pinky
psychiatrist
Toe
would
Benny.
know this, the big danger is when Big Benny listens to Little Benny.
Well, here's the thing. When I was in the hospital all shot up on morphine, the nurses nicknamed me Big Ben. So I guess they were talking to Big Benny.
Benny's like, nurse, let me see your feet.
Well, now they wear
Please.
the Crocs. It's easy access. In and out. In and out.
Yeah.
Oh my god! So
You
you
can spot
have
those
you
toes in
have
between the,
smelly, rubbery feet, and
Yeah.
it turns you on. That within itself
well-
lets me go. Thank you guys for tuning in to another episode of.
No
One
Cap
last thing,
reacts.
one last thing.
you.
I got the foot fetish thing. There's something called erotic crystallization inertia. Does a psychiatrist know about
You know too
ECI?
much about too much.
Erotic
ECI.
crystallization inertia. No.
Erotic crystallization inertia. That is the moment in a young person's life when their sexual proclivities, fetishes, all that stuff, is basically set into motion, and it's something they cannot ever change. It's called erotic crystallization inertia.
I want to be the first person to invite you to come get on my yacht.
Yeah.
I think you'd be a perfect fit.
Nobody's listening. That's okay. Go ahead. Interrupt me. That's all right. But it's whatever you're focused on when you first masturbate or when you first come, like when you're 11 or 12, whatever that is.
Well, if you must know, it was the 1984 Sports Illustrated swimsuit edition.
There you go. That's your erotic crystallization inertia, and you're stuck with that.
Wait, hold on.
That's
Is
the
that
rest
true
of
for
your life.
women too? Because I don't think I was. I'm not gonna say this out loud, but I
There's
don't
a
think
book,
I
too.
was dreaming of fantasizing about certain things at 12 that I hadn't seen yet, that I tend to look at or think about
I
frequently.
think
now.
you're stuck. You must still be doing that, Alex, right?
Well, actually, you know what? Man, I don't actually, fiddle myself often. I usually have a real partner.
You know?
She
Oh, you got a real
she can
person?
snap
No,
her fingers and select from she's got like a roster she could flip through.
Well,
Yeah.
she's
Not
got.
saying I do.
She does have multiple personalities, so she's got two types of different guys she can choose from.
I have to swat them away.
Okay.
It's actually kind of a problem. I'm joking.
Well, anyway.
All right, for those of us that are on the phone lines, I appreciate you guys calling in 100%.
All right. Yeah.
Thank you.
For my psychiatrist, yes, definitely hit me up. I definitely want you.
Yeah. He's got to be a guest.
We need you on the couch.
Hell yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Sounds good.
Put him on the couch.
You guys, it was so much fun.
Starletta.
Thanks for calling in.
All right, thanks. Bye.
This is goodbye.
All right, so this is your first experience on No Cap Reacts. What do you guys think?
Oh my God, it was a blast. This was so much fun. I
Yeah,
love
this
how this conversation went so many ways.
I love I can't get over the lights.
man,
The
the
way they
eyes-
reflect
yeah.
off my glasses.
I mean, we get to
Your
see
our monitor right here.
we're live. I mean, we got to do this now. I'm like, man, this gives us so many ideas for the Starletta show.
And we got to get some of these entertainment girls with me here too, so we can hear. Because I'm sure, especially if they're a stripper, it's probably wild.
I have the perfect person for you. Her name is Sophie. She's a foot model.
Oh my.
Oh.
Oh God.
She's an OnlyFans foot model on top of that.
Dang.
And you can hire her for her services. And
Oh,
she'll
yeah.
gladly sit on the couch next to you with her feet out.
And we could all have.
I don't
name
know
a time
about
and
we.
place.
I don't know about we all. You can have a blast, my friend.
A blast from the past.
So you two can gain.
You meant him, those two.
Yeah,
Not me, right?
You and Sophie can have at it. I probably need to do a whole second setup. Actually, I could because I got 3 cameras. We're only using 2 right now.
Dang.
So there's
Yeah, I
a
was
third
wondering-
one literally right here.
Yeah, I was looking at that one, wondering if that.
So
that's
this
not
is
going-
full frame. This is the full frame.
Uh-huh.
This is usually so usually there's one person on the couch, and this is like for the star of the show, and then for anyone she brings, because they usually bring friends. Right. So then this is like the full couch. So, and then I can, the same way I toggle back and forth here, I can toggle back and forth.
Yeah, this
with the
program is
other
amazing
cameras.
too. Everything that he's
So-
doing, it's like all you need is a showrunner. It'll be the
So
next.
if I had
NBC.
I've been thinking of, well, actually now the way I do have this set up, and since I did put it on my other phone, because this was hardwired into my system, and then they just made it to where now it's mobile, so I can have it there or on my tablet, which means if I wanted to, I could actually come back there and sit on the couch
and then control it and switch
and still do all the switching. The
Oh,
only
wow.
bad part is I don't get the.
Yeah.
Although I do have sounds also in this. So there's the ding.
Wow.
in the phone.
This is so amazing. Is that like an app? What is that?
Yeah, it's an app.
Oh, cool.
So most of the stuff, actually, I should have did this one earlier when we were having that conversation. So yeah, most of the sounds I've put in here, and I can easily just transfer them over because it's just software, and the software transfer directly to the mobile app. But I can sit on the couch and then do it, and it makes it so much easier.
Dang. This is, yeah. This
That's why when she was like, "Yeah, I have headphones big enough for my cowboy." No, see, I used to do music. I was signed to Sony,
Okay.
so I'm all about sound. And then one of the things that I see about podcasts, especially when it's like real conversations, headphones takes all that shit away. So it's like the headphone, people focus so much on the headphones when people are doing it. Especially when I say true runway models, true OnlyFans, true porn stars, they're usually really focused on the chicks. So just a general idea. When it's like this, they get to truly focus on her. And with the lighting and everything,
Oh yeah.
it's fire. So like, let's say you have, and they really are into Benny.
Did you just move the lighting too, or just
No, lighting stays the same. I just
Okay.
moved the camera. But that's also based on making sure you have quality cameras.
Yeah, those. What brand are those?
So these are Sony's.
Sony's. Okay, yeah.
And, well, at this moment, we've been on for 2 hours, 41 minutes and counting.
How long do you normally go? What's
It's
your
a
longest?
Maripod.
My longest show is 3 hours and 40 minutes.
Oh shit.
How hot was that girl?
Yeah.
She was like naked. She was like
Yeah,
naked.
right.
She's like, let me.
So
ask you
it's
a few
not
more
even based on
questions.
that. It's usually just 100% based on the conversation. And like this, I know this, especially with having people on the phones like that, we do this for 5-6 hours.
Yeah, this is so much.
But that's also why I do Sony now, because when I had Canon, they shut off after 30 minutes. Sony's, well, that's what this cord is. It's a dummy battery that's plugged in. So I got nonstop power, and I have that on all the cameras.
Yeah, that must be. There's this podcaster, Rick Glassman, and he's always worrying about the cameras shutting off. I bet he went with.
So that's another reason I don't smoke in here. And, well, you saw how quickly Starletta put her jacket back on. She got cold.
Oh yeah.
I keep the temperature at a very low temp, which stops speakers, cameras, TV, 49-inch screen, and all the rest of this shit, especially a gaming laptop, from overheating. And that's also why it's up. So there's literally a reason for why everything in this room is set up the way it is, including the lights, because the lights can overheat.
Well, yeah, when you were talking about your own servers, and I was wondering if they were here, because my question was going to be, can you make this place cold enough to store the server
Me
here?
personally, yes, because I love being in cold. Plus,
Uh-huh.
when you have a woman over, she has no choice but to cuddle.
Wow. Men are so sneaky.
But the other thing is, if you hike up the heat, then they have no choice but to strip down. So you're like, what do I want to
wow.
cuddle? Do I want
See,
to
there's
strip?
a
Yikes.
different again. There's the beauty of being a big brown man. They're gonna strip anyway because I'm gonna keep them warm.
I knew there was something missing.
I'm
from
gonna
my
warm you up
algorithm.
inside and out.
Oh my god.
So you're going for the feet. I'm going for something else.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
I'm gonna warm them up at the hot box.
I used to have an unlicensed food truck called the Hot Box that we were trying to get off the ground. What happened was a few years later, what's his name? Wiz Khalifa during COVID, he came out with the Hot Box, which was one of the mobile restaurants that just uses the ghost kitchens. So it was like, I knew that would obviously get out there in the collective conscious. But it's okay. I wasn't supposed to be a food trucker.
You're right. You're supposed to be a consumer.
You're doing what you're supposed to be doing.
That's
Exactly.
right.
I'm not fighting the path.
Yeah.
How many listeners you guys average? You know, right now, do you guys look at your analytics?
Oh yeah. So with the new podcast, we're running it through the website, and it's like we're teaching everyone to go there instead of, YouTube and etc. Just for now, until we get our video up. And on her episode 2, I think we hit in the thousands. It says on there, but just 1,000, under 2,000. So we're still building it. Like, we're 3 months in, and we have a good
into the website.
into this new
guess you are.
season.
You
Yeah.
are. 3 months in.
And we got a foothold like in a lot of the local comedian communities, like in Vegas, LA, now Texas, with our good friend Celia Contreras. She just she did a show with Roseanne Barr. She did a show with Tony Hinchcliffe. So that's enough, I believe, to build on it and get to even no cap reacts levels.
And then, how often are you guys shooting?
Only once a month on the full moon is when we release our episodes, except for this episode except for this week because I guess the internet or the internet.
I was having trouble with my files, but really we planned this show, and we have the podcast released on the full moon, and this show happened to be 3 days after the full moon, so it's like, trying to devote attention to releasing the pod, but we used it to our advantage. At the show, we got a good segment there to add to the podcast. So even though we're going to be off on the timing, at least we still have the full moon energy in it, because we had people at the end of the show. We were all sitting down and drinking and smoking. People were like freestyling. Alex was like cracking jokes. So it's gonna be really entertaining. We'll send you the links to that. I don't know if you've listened to anything on there yet. And it's audio only for now, so it's cool because we get to explore.
I'll listen to it while I'm at the gym.
Oh yeah,
Hell yeah.
We get to explore like, how do I talk, because no one can see me right now, so we can't rely on the visual clue. But we're manifesting video. I was almost there, and like I said, then I just lost I was building up equipment, and that went.
What kind of phone do you have?
I have one needs to be repaired, but pretty much 2 Apple 13 Pro Maxes.
Okay, so the fact that you have 2 phones is enough to do it.
Yeah, and I started off using them and got a few things on YouTube, not fully edited, but I was heading into better editing and
Just
better.
go live.
Just go live.
Make your life. You want to make your life so much easier? Go live.
Does it
And it just
when you
saves.
go
It
live?
saves everything.
So you see, we'll have a conversation, but this right here alone,
Yeah.
I can press this button right here, and it also records it.
Wow.
So you get a 2-for-1. You got it live, and you can record it.
Wow. We really should do it like this because this is so cool, and it was so fun to have conversations in real time. We have a hotline on our show that people can call in. That's the one that Gary Busey calls often.
Now, and so will there be Can you only listen to while it's live, or do you repost part or all
No,
of
so
it?
this because of so every like this is on YouTube, so it's never going anywhere.
Okay.
Always going to be on YouTube, always on Kick, always on Twitch. It's all there.
Yeah.
It's archived. And then I go through, like I said, since you guys are here, when we're done, I'll show you my entire process.
Uh-huh.
Wow.
Creating the thumbnail, everything, and then posting it and show you how it literally happens in minutes.
And it looks so pro.
And then it's done. And 6K camera, 4K camera, and I don't down res anything. And then when I come over here, so this is YouTube and this is excellent connection. So you see exactly how everything is in real time. And obviously I have all the other ones pulled up just so we can also see in real time. And then the chats, everyone that chats from all the different ones. So like YouTube chats, these are Twitch. Kick come through. No one actually came in on Kick. And the best part about it is Twitch, Kick, Rumble. So now Uruguay, Puerto Rico, just anywhere they're at in the world, they're watching it. So that's
I wish
where
I knew more languages.
that's where what you want to do at the end of the day is like when I make the flyer. This is the reason I make the flyers. They don't just go to Facebook, Instagram, etc. I go to all of these other platforms, offshore platforms, and post them on their social medias. So that's where my 3 to 500,000 a month numbers come from. It's because I'm not just going for U.S. demographic or Arizona demographic. I'm going for every fucker in the world.
Hell yeah. That's
So-
kind of like what our website does too, right?
Yeah, but this is that next evolution because because all of these are streaming sites, so they've got built into it like your potential to reach your audience because now they're using algorithms and searches, and they can, depending on your content, you can start getting people who are just searching keywords, and then it's also pulling up your content, and it's a beautiful system. And I believe so. Yeah, this is like we're taking class right now on like how to evolve to the next level
I know, it's amazing.
and beyond.
And the crazy part about it is you've got the foot fetish Jew with with crazy Starletta, who like so you have like the crazy guy with the attractive girl with a bubbling personality. So your show, regardless, if you guys go visual, it explodes. So that's what I've tried is having like the cute girl as my co-host. The problem is the cute girl never has the drive and ambition, so they show up 30 minutes late, and I don't do that.
Oh no.
Oh yeah.
And then when you've got Kick and Rumble giving out 7 and 8 figure deals, and then I find out that they're interested and they're paying attention, me starting my show late because of the co-host, like you don't even understand. You could become a figurehead on what could be a much larger podcast where you get paid out the ass, but unfortunately you don't take anything serious. So I just do it solo. Because me personally, the only person that would make me late are the guests.
Yeah.
And I've even started putting a rule in place. If you're more than 10 minutes late, you might as well just turn around. People get pissed, but it's like, do you show up to your job late? Hope not. Because at the end, I do take this serious because I don't run this like a show. Like you guys are like Jimmy Kimmel right now. That's why the camera's on you. I ask the questions, etc. I don't put the camera on me that often.
Yeah, this is the coolest
I
setup.
know, this is definitely like the coolest.
But it's so key in manifestation to the user experience, and then seeing it with your, now this is one step closer to being like, okay, I can see like the building blocks that could be put together. I don't even know if you bought, are these top of the line lights or are these like, because you could really get away with Amazon.
460. This one's This one's 460.
Uh-huh.
$99. Now this big ass hood,
Yeah.
$70.
Afford this.
$60 for the smaller one. That's about it. But this light, because both of them are pretty crazy. But this light, like neither one of them are at 100% right now.
Whoa, they can get away, right? Can they? Wow.
So this is on 1%.
Whoa.
And then your light, which is like the main light, the key light. So that's 100%.
Whoa.
But you guys see you're super blown out. I keep you guys at 25%.
See, I like that.
There's FX. Oh, cool. So that's lightning.
Whoa.
Oh, that's sick.
Whoa.
Yeah, we could record like a scene with that flashing.
So with when you're talking about doing like the skits and things like that, so I can make this flicker like it's a TV.
Mm-hmm.
So when you guys are sitting there on the couch, you can act like you're watching TV and do a skit like that.
Yeah, dude, like
the scary movie, The Flickering Light. So like right now it's on white, but I could turn it yellow to give it the club look, or more blue, which gives it more of the outdoors look.
Yeah, because blue is, I guess in the mind it activates like that feeling of sunlight, sunlight energy.
Yep.
So maybe that applies visually. It reminds me of the Truman Show, which I never realized because now when I look back at it, I'm like, oh wow, that's like the firmament and the dome and the moon base, but when I watched it this last week, so if you remember the first thing that starts happening that he's like, what's going on here, is a stage light falls from the sky and crashes. I never noticed before, but when it pans over to the light and he's looking at it, it has a marking on it as if they were marking it for where it should go. And it was marked as like Sirius, like the Sirius star system, and a few other things, which I was like, oh my God, that's like the director and the writers were saying something nuts. And I don't know if they were saying flat Earth and the aliens are observing us like TV producers, or if it's just the idea that it's a globe, but we're so observed and controlled, it's as if we're in this like containment.
Wow.
And I forget how serious. There's something with the astrology of Sirius and how it hints towards this, those ideologies as well.
Whoa.
So, but yeah, that light was reminding me when you went to the yellow and the green, because remember they can make the sunset and then turn it to the moon and then.
Whoa, that's pretty crazy to think about. Yeah.
So there's so many different things that can happen. Like when you get into this world and you go into video, yes, this can take a very expensive turn.
Wow.
Yeah.
So
Like
I prefer monitor speakers because they're not loud, they're not overbearing. As you can see, there's no feedback, there's none of the BS, which is great. So you get great sound out of them. And again, no one's wearing headphones. So it makes it just way better. Better experience.
Yeah, because I like wearing the sunglasses. It helps with the lights and it looks cool. But with headphones, because I'm of the philosophy, you got to pick and choose. You can't be wearing sunglasses and a hat and headphones. And so that like frees it up because it's like, okay, headphones or sunglasses? Headphones or sunglasses? And I love, this is how guys produce their beats and their songs. They use monitors like this.
I started off in music. I was signed to Sony. So
No way. What did you do? Do you still have your music out there?
I do. I have it for me.
Oh, nice.
The intro is actually me.
Oh, cool.
So people don't even know that or realize or understand that.
Oh, the song. No, we didn't know.
No
didn't
one
know.
knows. I don't tell you.
Yeah, what artist name did you go by at that point?
We'll talk about that off camera.
Okay.
I forgot we were still recording. I thought we were
Yeah,
just
well, no,
talking
we're
shop.
actually still
I
live.
thought we
We're
were
still
talking
live.
shop.
So let's go. First and foremost, let them know where they can find you at online, all your social medias, websites, everything.
All right. We have our main base camp, spirit.com, www.spjrit.
Get closer to your mic.
Oh, sorry. Spirit.com, www.spjrit.com. Spirit with a J. You can find Wake and Bake with Benny and Starletta and some other cool things.
Everything's there and all the links. So we have so many different Instagrams.
Yep.
I'm trying to get more than
Patreon.
60K on mine. So go to @Ben'sWorldPod and follow me there. Don't feel insulted. I follow 7,000 people and because I want to be nice, and it won't let me follow more than 7,000 people.
Won't?
I think it's like disrespectful if someone follows you and you don't follow it back. So now, now I feel like that guy or something. But we have the Omega X 4.fratsor Instagram, which I use that now to follow people. And then, of course, at the Starletta Show for stars. But once again, just go to www.spjrit.com and you'll find everything. It's a whole universe wrapped in itself.
Sure is. I also have Patreon. If you guys want to see boudoir and bikini content. My bad, my microphone, I'm losing it. If you want to head on over to my Patreon to see bikini and boudoir content, I'm smiling.
That's where the money shots are.
I mean,
Money talk.
I don't do nudes, but, maybe.
She don't do nudes, but she does boobs in the top.
It's classy. It's classy.
It's classy, yeah. Maybe someday. I'm just kidding. No, I'm kidding. No, I mean, I don't know. No, I don't know. Who knows what? No. I'm not saying I'm gonna do that. I'm just not trying. I'm whatever. I don't know where the universe is gonna take me. It's taking me some crazy places. I never thought I'd be Starletta and have two alter egos and.
Oh
be
yeah,
here now.
we were in Old Town, and we're walking by, and we were just like,
that was
let's
so
go
fun.
promote ourselves and be ourselves out there. And this older beautiful cougar. Who turns out to be this? What was her name? Famous porn star.
Her name.
And just us walking by with Dr. X, and she was waving us over, being like, "Oh, we haven't seen someone like this, Starletta." And then
they
we're
got a
like
picture with
googling
me, yeah.
her, and I was like, "Oh shit, this lady's pretty famous right now." So we're
Yeah, so
just
that
You'd
was
be
fun.
surprised who
manifesting it.
you'll meet in Schnottsdale.
Yeah,
The
right.
Schnottsdales taste like Schnottsdales. Which speaking of 50 Shades of Grey, I was trying to say earlier, in Old Town, go check out 50 Shades of Rosé. They got ramen. Right now it's a Christmas bar. But I did an interview there with Eric Burnell from the Eric Burnell Show, and telling him about my foot fetishism, making my jokes. Afterwards, this baddie with a fatty booty, with a beautiful face, beautiful feet, wearing heels, and with her like kind of maybe boyfriend, I don't know. She's coming over like we were drunk, and she's like, lick my foot. We're in the middle of the dance floor. So I'm being polite, like, what about this gentleman over here? And she goes, he only cares about my tits. And I was like, oh. And then I look at him, he's like giving me like a shrug. So she pulled her foot out of her heel, puts her leg like vertical.
Whoa.
And so I'm saying that was my best bar experience ever. Go to 50 Shades of Rosé.
Oh my.
Get a French 75, I believe. Those are delicious. But this has been amazing.
Yeah, thank you
Reacts,
so
man.
much. What a fun show.
You're running
This is
everything
amazing.
so pro.
I know. This is so much fun. This is like the best podcast I've been on.
Well,
I mean, no shade to the other podcasts. We've been on
I
a
want
lot.
to be able to share. Like, I hope there's
I enjoy
some
this.
way to
Yeah.
share it
I'm
with
sending
people.
you guys links. I've already added you on Instagram.
Hell yeah.
I'm sending you. Well, you guys will see the thumbnail made, and then I'll send it to you as well. Like before
You should
leave.
join on our Omega Fratsor page too for comedians, creatives, and change makers.
I'll definitely do that to you.
Heck
We'll
yes.
we'll off camera. We'll do a lot real quick. So thank you guys definitely for showing up. Thank you guys for being an absolute. This has been great.
This
It was
so much
amazing.
fun. I know this is so
This
good.
is fun. This is another 3-hour podcast here on No Cap Reacts. Yeah, I saw it happen live. Ladies and gentlemen, make sure to tune in Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday for therapy session. Wednesday nights, we do Couples Therapy Love Edition, where we talk about real couples, real love, and have real conversations. Highlight the beauty of love and everything involved. Friday Night Live, well, you're watching that shit now, although it's almost Saturday. At 9 p.m., call-in show, just as you see. Sunday, we do a follow-up, exact same thing, live at 8 p.m. Call-in show, where you can talk to your guests, ask questions, and more. Also, make sure to go to hustlefit.com. Not just for Hustle Fit clothing line, but also the No Cap Reacts merch. We got it all available to you, men's, women, children, everything under the sun. Also, if you have something coming up and you need your own custom gear, by all means, go ahead and hit me up, hustlefit.com. You can also do Instagram, hustlefit, and hustlefit at gmail.com to get your quotes. We do everything in the house, 100% professional. Everything is done. As usual, I want to say thank you guys for tuning in for another epic episode. I'm your man Bailey, a.k.a. Mr. Go.
She want a man to get it dripping wet, body falling